Quiet Earth, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Battle of the Little Bighorn in June 1876 was the worst defeat ever suffered by the white man in his long fight with the Indian. The news of this disaster had repercussions in Dodge City and other frontier towns. Custer's bitter critics were a handful of civilians who worked for the Indian Bureau. The hoodlum element had an old score to settle with the Army, for it was the Army which tried to stop them from cheating their Indian wards.
Business as usual, Mr. Tom. Maybe this hick cowtown ain't even heard about the licking Custer took.
Newspapers have been making excuses. Now, you fellas circulate around. Let's get the truth told our way.
Yes, sir. Come on, you men. Let's start with this Long Branch saloon.
Gus, I'm sick and tired of hearing all this gossip about what happened to Custer in Montana. You men weren't there and you don't know what happened. Now, next time there's any rawhiding of soldiers, I'm going to close every place below the line. You understand that? I'll pass the word.
Shall I take these brave warriors in for packing guns?
No. Because I think they're real anxious to go after Sitting Bull. Now, your name is Johnson. You're a cheap peddler. You work for an Indian agent by the name of Tom Elridge. Is he in town?
At the Dodge Hotel. And you better not be showing... Elledge is a swindler and a thief.
I don't want him spreading lies about brave men. You tell him I said so.
You're messing in something too big for a cowtown marshal. Mr. Tom make you pull in your horns.
What's behind all this?
Well, there are a lot of Indian agents that don't like the Army. Captain Benteen chased Elledge out of 2 jobs for swindling the Indians, try to get him fired.
So Elledge wants to get even with the captain, huh?
Hmm?
How do you think he's going to do that?
Well, maybe Elledge will tell me. You take that on back to the office and ask the other deputies to start a patrol. Captain Benteen has been a good friend of ours.
Why don't we run Elledge out of town?
No, not yet. Johnson's too cocky. I'll go have a little session with Mr. Elledge. And with the public sore at the Army over the Custer massacre, now's the time to hit hard. I've already got 6 survivors from Major Reno's command ready to testify. They're being held outside of town and under guard. There'll be 2 Indians, a Mr. Cousin and a Mr. Brother, coming into town.
What makes you think 2 Indians will come into town at a time like this?
Because I sent them a message, supposedly from their good friend Wyatt Earp. I watched the North Trace, and remember, I want them alive. We get double that when you bring them in. Who is it?
Marshal Earp.
Oh, just a moment. Oh, come in, Marshal. Mr. Elledge? That's right. I just disarmed some of your men. They were picking a fight with a couple of soldiers. Now, maybe you can tell me why. It's only natural, isn't it? Why? Sit down. We resent Custer's failure. It'll make the work of the Indian Bureau twice as hard. We warned the Army. And the Army warned you. Captain Benteen told me before the 7th moved to Fort Lincoln that he was going to file criminal charges against you for what you did to the Indians. He said that? By the time the Court of Inquiry gets through with Benteen, I don't think he'll be in any position to make trouble for me.
I get it now. You're short in this town, Mr. Elledge. Now you get a hold of your men and move out, you understand?
So, that's the way you help a friend in serious trouble.
Captain Benteen?
My men have picked up deserters from Major Reno's command, and they're ready to charge Benteen and Reno with disobeying orders, stupidity, cowardice. I can break your friend. Get him kicked out of the army.
Well, I wouldn't want to see my friend get kicked out of the army. I usually don't make deals, Mr. Elledge. You've probably heard that.
But in case somebody else holds the trump card, you might, eh?
What's your deal?
My men are looking for two Cheyenne, a Mr. Cousin and a Mr. Brother.
Yeah, I know him.
They weren't in the fight, but they know Two Moon and Brave Bear.
So?
It's important to have testimony from the Indian side. Now, we can pick up Cousin and Brother, but getting them to talk is something else again. Can you help us?
I might if it would help Captain Benteen.
He's small fry. We're after Sherman and Sheridan. We're going to prove to Congress that the Army must manage the whole campaign. Now, you help us do that, and it'll change things for Benteen.
All right. When you bring in Mr. Cousin and Mr. Brother, I'll talk to them. But your men should be real gentle.
Oh, I don't antagonize witnesses, Mr. Erb.
You be sure of that. Because for every mark on them, I'm going to put 2 marks on you.
I just set the patrol, Wyatt. Did you talk to Elledge?
Yeah, just now. He thinks I'm on his side. That's the way we've got to play it. You go find Johnson. I want to talk to him.
Johnson?
That's right away. Don't let him see you. Just come tell me where he is. I'll be over in the office.
Thank you, sir. I'll win again.
Mr. Johnson, I'd like to have a little talk with you. Alone. I just had a nice little talk with your boss. You know, I was wrong about him. I don't like you. I think you know that. But as an officer of the law, I do an awful lot of business with people I don't like. I find that Mr. Elledge is on a special assignment. Just so happens I agree with his views. He told me about the soldiers, about the witnesses.
You mean the men
That's
from...
right. Major Reno's battalion. He told me that you knew where to find him, that I should ask you.
That means we're all working together?
That's right.
Good.
I'll send Mr. Masterson over. You can give him the information.
Marshal Earp, I'm Mrs. Benteen.
Well, howdy, man. Howdy, Captain. I used to know the captain.
He's angry because I made him come to see you. Where can we talk?
Take the side street to the back door of the jail. I'll join you there.
Get up. And everyone knows that Fred was the hero of that fight. He saved Major Reno from being wiped out. But just because he technically disobeyed an order, he wants to sulk in his tent and let them court-martial him. Do you think that's sensible on his part?
No, ma'am.
I did disobey the order. I've got to tell him so.
But you saved Reno. You couldn't have saved General Custer even if you tried to join him.
The court will blame me.
Oh, but
Excuse me, ma'am. I've read the papers, and they tell it that Custer attacked 5,000 Indians with only 600 men. Isn't that the main reason you got beaten, Captain?
Well, yes.
they were all too brave. But the public doesn't think about that. They want some officers to punish.
Reno and me.
Not you. The only one that's after you is that crook Tom Elledge. He's with the Indian Bureau. Fred caught him selling supplies that had been bought for the Cheyennes and tried to get him fired.
Now, really...
Wait. Let me tell Mr. Earp the rest of it. Elledge is supposed to be right here in Dodge City.
Yes, he is here. I'm glad you both came.
You see, I knew Mr. Earp could help us.
I don't see how.
Well, the captain's tired, ma'am. He isn't thinking straight. That was a real good fight you put up on Reno Hill, sir.
I should have let Reno save himself and gone down the valley to help Custer.
All right, sir. All right. Mrs. Benteen, I'll take you on over to the Kansas Hotel, but I think you ought to register under a different name. I'm going to ask the captain to stay here in my office for a few hours. Elledge is busy collecting eyewitnesses, and I'll be busy recollecting them. I consider it a personal favor if you'd stay here.
All right. Go ahead. You and the missus. I guess I saw too many Indians.
Rush him?
No. Just try and knock him off the horse. Aim carefully. Don't kill him.
You're not going to turn them loose so they can ride in a Dodge, are you?
I need doctoring.
Well, they'll squawk to Elledge.
I can't help that. We'll get the soldiers before Elledge can take a hand. Now, get on your horses. Come on.
All right, now get out of here.
How come you started down this way, Mr. Cousin?
Indian agent says you want to make talk with us.
Yeah, well, I do, but first we got to pick up some soldiers. Got any objection to helping the 7th Cavalry?
Yeah, hey, long night, 7th Cavalry.
No.
We help. They are brave men.
Good.
Better get started. We still got 10 miles of that camp.
Yeah. Go get the rest of the horses.
Quiet. It's a campfire. We're getting pretty close.
All right, let's take them all on foot. Tie up the horses over there. Elledge said he was holding 6 soldiers. He can't have more than half a dozen guards out here. I'll go in from 4 sides. Take the guards, but don't shoot unless you have to. All right, let's go.
Hold it, who are you?
Don't shoot him, Mr. Masterson. Drop those guns.
Come on. All right, tie him up. Take their sidearms. We'll pick up that man I wounded by the tree. Bring him in. All the other guards accounted for?
Yeah, we each got one.
Good. They won't be standing guard over any other camp. All right, walk these men over there and sit them down.
Nay, nay.
I'm Wyatt Earp, United States Marshal.
That's so.
You Sergeant Malloy, D Troop, Major Reno's battalion?
I'm John Smith. He's Joe Smith. We're all named Smith.
You're a bunch of stragglers. You could be charged with desertion. But that's going to be up to Captain Benteen.
Captain Benteen of H Troop? He's dead.
No, he isn't.
You sure?
Yep.
Why, that bullet-eating old buzzard. Benteen made it. Last time we saw him, he was on the hill yelling orders at Major Reno.
Where were you men?
We wasn't running, mister. About 1,000 Sioux had us pinned down in the bushes by the river. Show him what they gave us to fight with.
Watch it.
It's not loaded. An old Springfield with a cartridge extractor's busted. You got a good Winchester. 500 of them, and it might have been different.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it might have been. But I haven't got time to refight the battle with you, Sergeant. I just want to know why you made a deal with a crook like Elledge.
And we knew it was the worst messed up battle any soldiers ever had to try and live through. So when Crazy Horse and about 5,000 Indians made their march past the hill, what was the use of staying? We were whipped to a frazzle.
So you retreated south, huh?
I'm tired of lying, mister. We run south. The fight was over, and none of us knew what to do about it.
And how did Elledge find you?
You won't believe this, but we just run onto him on the trail in Nebraska. He was out hunting for troopers like us.
So he offered you money and political influence so you wouldn't be charged with desertion, huh? And what were you supposed to do in return?
Well...
You better tell me, Sergeant.
Well, we were supposed to swear an oath, blaming it all on the officers.
Especially Captain Benteen?
Well, yes, sir.
And how do you feel about that now, Sergeant?
Like a skunk. Captain Benteen was the best officer on the field.
He's probably got the soldiers, too. That drunken fool Johnson. Have the rest of my traders come in yet?
About 20 of them, Mr. Tom.
Stay here. I'll round them up myself.
And Elledge is waiting for the Indian Bureau Commissioner. But I've got all the witnesses he was going to use against you. Well, technically, Sergeant Malloy and his men are deserters, but the truth is that Elledge was holding them against their will and was trying to bribe them into lying about you. Well, it's up to you now, Captain.
Well, Fred,
Yes, my dear?
all you have to do is take those men to Fort Dodge. They'll tell the truth. Well, don't you see?
Reno's men. I can imagine what they'll say.
Oh, Mr. Earp, you're his friend. A wonderful friend. Can't you?
Excuse me. Sergeant Malloy, come on in here, will you, please?
Sergeant Malloy, D Troop, sir. I'm glad to see you alive, Captain. If it hadn't been for you, the rest of the boys and me wouldn't have made it.
I disobeyed an order, Sergeant.
Well, who didn't, sir? With 5,000 Sioux and Cheyenne overrunning us? What was an order?
Mr. Cousin? Captain Benteen, this is my friend, Mr. Cousin. He talked to several chiefs after the fight. Mr. Cousin, did Two Moon or Brave Bear think there was any way of reinforcing General Custer?
No. The Sioux would have killed all soldiers crossing Valley. Gall and Rain and Face had General Custer surrounded.
He's right, Captain.
The white soldier, brave and proud. Indian proud also. But in war, no chief take blame for defeat. All Indian people take blame.
We're all to blame, Captain.
Yes, all of us. Cheap politicians scattering the army in dozens of little forts. Bad food, poor guns.
Now. Sergeant Malloy.
Yes, sir.
You and your men have reported to me at the earliest possible date.
Thank you very much, sir.
We will ride to Fort Dodge. I've already filed my report, but you and your men will be asked to make written statements. If you're required to mention me, I shall expect you to refer to me as a bad-tempered old buzzard. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
You checking the arsenal, Wyatt?
You're forgetting Mr. Elledge. He can't afford to let Malloy get to the fort.
You think he'd try to stop us?
Well, one of my deputies says he left Dodge with a bunch of white traitors, and you know what that means.
Not more fighting.
Well, this may be the last battle, ma'am. You know, I think one of the main reasons we take such a licking is that we spend too much time fighting among ourselves.
Elledge and his men in there.
I think they see you. Expect you to go after him.
Well, Captain, what do you think?
Well, I can't take soldiers into a fight with civilians. But if a fight starts, we can always ride to the rescue.
All right, we'll start it, and you can rescue us.
When the shooting starts, we'll come in from the right and the left.
Fine.
What about Benteen and the soldiers?
They'll all come in, Mr. Tom. And they'll all get what Custer got.
Can't hold out here. You sure the captain's men ain't gun shy?
I don't know.
Can we shoot?
No, wait.
Now?
Now.
Fire!
Stop running and keep firing!
These good old Winchesters.
That's what Elledge, ain't it?
Halt! Surrender! Drop your weapons! Bring them down here, men! Come on. Sergeant Malloy.
Yes, sir.
Didn't I see you and Mike shooting at two horsemen on the ridge?
Yes, sir.
Where are they now?
They're casualties, sir. Ma'am, the name of Elledge and a pal of his.
Wounded.
Dead, sir.
Well, I wonder how the government will take the news. Well, bring in the bodies.
We'll take care of that, Captain. Mr. Masterson and I killed Elledge in line of duty.
I fired the fatal shot, sir.
Thank you. Prepare to mount. Tell Mrs. Benteen that we'll probably be put under arrest at the fort.
I don't think so, Captain. If anybody comes out of that court of inquiry with honor, you'll be the man.
You deserve a better friend, Wyatt. Troop! Forward! March!
He cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
I'll tell you a story, a real true life story, a tale of the western frontier. The West, it was lawless, but one man was flawless, and his is the story you'll hear.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
When he came to Kansas to settle in Kansas, he planned on a peaceable life. Some goods and some chattel, a few head of cattle, a home and a sweet loving wife.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
This is the beginning of the story of Wyatt Earp, the greatest of the old fighting peace officers, a real Western hero. So great was his character and so complete his skill at living with danger that he became a legend in his own lifetime. In the hard world of the Western frontier, with all its bad men and outlaws, Wyatt Earp became the peacemaker. As a marshal, he went up against the worst of them, and the stories they tell about him are doubly fabulous because they're true. This is Ellsworth, Kansas, 1873. Don't let the peacefulness deceive you. It was about as ornery a little town as you'd find outside of Dodge City. It was run by the Thompsons, a notorious gang of frontier gamblers and killers. Most of the decent people had pulled stake, and the ones who remained were afraid. When Wyatt Earp first rode into Ellsworth, he was fresh from hunting buffalo on the Great Plains. He was just a peaceful young man looking for a place to wash up.
Not too much now. It's good, huh? You got enough?
And remember, stranger, anybody that deals a game in Ellsworth cuts with the Thompsons.
Oh, boy.
Why don't you do something, mister? You've got guns. Stop them. Do something.
Not my fight. But you're welcome to use my guns.
Don't say it. I know what you're thinking.
I'm gonna say it. What are you gonna do about this, Whitney?
Nothing. Real cowboys I can handle, but not this kind. I'm too old. That's why I sent for young Earp.
Young, you say?
Well, he ought to be 24, 25 by this time.
A real trigger-happy gunfighter, huh?
No, he's not a gunfighter. I've known him most of his life, and I've known his folks, too. I'm not even sure he'll take the job. But if he would, it'll make this a better town to live in.
What makes you sure he can handle this crowd?
He rode shotgun for Wells Fargo out in California. Never lost a dime or a passenger. And when it comes to pulling down a buffalo...
I think we ought to leave things alone. I do business with these men. Good business. So do you.
If I have to run a newspaper with their patronage, I'll close up. Well, I hope this Earp comes soon, Whitney. My name's Wyatt Earp. I'm looking for Sheriff Whitney.
Ain't here.
Hey, Mr. Earp!
Well, if it isn't Mr. Masterson. What's the matter? Don't you like the beds in the hotel?
You joshing? The judge gave me 10 days or $50. And I didn't even have 50 cents after...
After what?
After I lost my money in a poker game. You just can't beat a crooked game, Mr. Earp.
You got any objection to my paying Mr. Masterson's fine?
Mr. Masterson, why, that young rascal, he isn't worth
I said
it.
I'd like to pay his fine.
It's your money, mister.
Much obliged, Mr. Earp.
Don't mention it, Mr. Masterson.
Well, what are you doing in Ellsworth, Mr. Earp?
Well, I'm not right sure. Mr. Whitney sent word he wanted to see me.
It's Sheriff Whitney now.
That's what I hear. Who talked him into that?
Mayor Miller and the church people across the tracks. Somebody had to take it.
Mr. Whitney's a mite elderly for the job. From what I hear, this is a right bad town.
Bad? If you stay around here, you'll see the primest gunfights outside of Abilene. 4 men got killed last week, 3 the week before, in a poker game.
Well, speaking of poker, how much money did you lose?
$150, or thereabouts.
Professions?
Sure, but I'm no crybaby, Mr. Earp. Man's got to learn sometime.
Yeah, that's right. You think that game might still be running?
Guess so.
Where?
Shannon's bar.
Come on.
I thought you had to see Sheriff Whitney.
Oh, that can wait. You know, I got a great respect for poker. Honest poker, that is. You might say I'm real fond of it.
No, Mr. Earp. Cad Pierce and George Pashar run that game. They ride with the Thompsons. They're both mean and awful fast with their guns.
You want your money back, don't you?
How many, dealer? Give me 2.
3.
2.
The 2 on the right.
3 queens.
Well, that's enough for me.
What's the matter? Do you want to stay to get even?
Some other time.
You stay out of this. Mind if I sit in?
Table stakes, mister. It'll cost you 100.
Ante up, gentlemen.
Hold it. You didn't deal me the top card.
You sure you want to say that, Sonny?
I'll put it a little plainer. I think you deal a crooked game. Same goes for you. Don't try it. Now get out. Both of you. Go on, both of you.
Boy, you sure drew royal flush, Mr. Earp. It's all yours.
All I want's my 100 and 150 they took from you. Losers in the game divide the rest. Help yourself, gents.
Why'd you let him off? Why didn't you kill him?
No point in that.
Huh?
Well, they stole your money and I got it back. You lost 150?
No, not quite that much.
How much?
$31, all I had. The rest was bragging.
Well, now, that took real courage to tell me that, Mr. Masterson. I'm proud you're my friend.
Yeah, but you should have killed him. They'll tell Ben Thompson and his brother Bill that you draw fast, but you don't shoot.
Well, when a man keeps on pulling his gun, you shoot. But if you get the drop on him and he quits, no.
Did you get that from the Bible or McGuffey's Reader?
I believe it's mentioned in both. You better check these at the hotel for me.
You better keep them on, Mr. Earp.
I'm not looking for trouble.
Yes, sir.
Wyatt, my boy.
Mr. Whitney, I started right off to find you, but I kind of got sidetracked.
Yes, I know. Say, sit down and rest yourself a mite, will you? I got a lot to talk to you about.
It won't take too much persuading to sell me some cattle.
Cattle? No, that isn't what I had in my mind. Wyatt, I sent for you to take my job.
What? make it awful tough, Mr. Whitney. I owe you for a lot of favors. I just don't see me wearing a star.
Well, is that so outlandish? I knew your folks back in Illinois. A lot of lawyers in the Earp family. Your father was a judge.
That's right. But the Earps have done their share for the law. Anyway, the law out here means trouble. You get enough of that without going looking for it.
Well, if that's the way you really feel about it.
Yes, sir, it is. Sure don't like to turn you down, but all I want to do now is buy myself a little cattle spread and sit back and watch the steers grow fat.
Sounds good. But let me ask you something. Why did you go up against two of the best gunslingers in the Thompson outfit?
Because they cheated back?
I don't think that was the real reason.
No? What then?
A sense of rightness. It was born in you. Some men have it, some don't.
Oh, look, Mr. Whitney, I'm sorry, but I just don't want the job.
I can't say as I really blame you. One man hasn't much chance to civilize a hoodlum cow town. But if you won't do me the big favor, will you do me a little one?
Yes, sir.
Get out of Ellsworth real fast. After that gunplay you made... Uh-oh. Ben and Bill Thompson.
Is that the great Wyatt Earp, Whitney?
Now, don't get nervous, Ben. He isn't wearing his guns. Better check yours at the hotel, too.
Is this the fool kid you're trying to make, Sheriff? What are you trying to do, pull a joke on us, Whitney?
Joke's on me, Bill. He won't take my job.
Go ahead, take it, Sonny. Run us out of town with your bare hand.
I'm not looking to cause any trouble for Mr. Whitney. I'll let him run me out of town. That satisfy you?
Yeah.
Don't satisfy me. You don't make small of us with your jokes.
You better cool off, Bill. You're drunk. Give me the gun.
Sure, I'll give it to you. I've been wanting to give it to you for a long time, you meddling old fool.
You drunken fool!
At least I got me a sheriff.
Come on, get out of town. I'll cover for you.
Get him in the stores.
Now he wasn't partial to being a marshal, but fate went and dealt him his hand. While outlaws were looting and killing and shooting, he knew that he must take a stand.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, long may his story be told.
Stay out of sight, Miller. We got this town treed.
He says he's going out there and arrest Ben Thompson, if he can find two guns that suit him.
Are you Wyatt Earp? Yes, sir. I'm Vic Miller, mayor. Sheriff Whitney was my best friend. He was mine, too. Did you come here without guns?
No, sir. I checked him at the hotel. The Sears arrested on most of these.
I just heard about it.
Why the back door, Mr. Crawford?
Look, I need help, Mr. Mayor.
You could have shot Bill Thompson from behind a fence. You let him get away.
The thing to do is form a posse. Ben Thompson's the fastest hand with a Colt and...
Oh, let's see your gun. Give it to Mr. Earp.
Now, the dog's filed off. Well, I know I can just let the hammer go. I tend to shoot too quick.
Maybe you ain't aiming to shoot at all.
I guess I'll have to use these.
I brought your guns, Mr. Earp.
You hurt?
Felt like I stopped a couple, but guess I didn't. I'm okay.
Needlessly reckless, Mr. Masterson. You could have come in by the alley like Marshal Crawford.
1 minute, Ben said, and he'll shoot up my store. If Earp fires just one shot, they'll burn the town.
It might be a good thing. Here, you better wear this.
I won't need it.
I think Mr. Whitney would have liked you to.
Hey, Miller! The great Wyatt Earp's got his guns now, so send him out here.
Don't walk into that shotgun, Mr. Earp. Shoot quick.
If he ain't out here in a minute, I'm coming in and get it. Did you hear that, Earp?
He didn't run. He's fast, Ben. Get him now.
Ain't you kind of foolhardy, son, letting Miller pin a star on you and send you out here? You guys stay out of this, all of you. You've come far enough, Earp. What do you expect me to do?
Throw your shotgun on the road, put up your hands, and tell your friends to stay out of this play.
Stop and let me talk to you. What are you going to do with me?
Kill you or take you to jail?
The minute I give this gun up, someone will cut loose at me.
If they do, I'll give you back your gun and we'll shoot it out with her. As long as you're my prisoner, the man who gets you's got to get me.
You going after my brother?
I don't waste my time. Now throw down your gun. I'll make you fight. All right, the rest of you men move back. Go on, move. Come on, Ben. We'll go over to the calaboose.
I think I could have gotten you.
That isn't what you were thinking.
No?
No, you figured I might get you.
You had, my men would have shot you down.
Yeah, but you'd be dead. Then who'd look after your brother, Bill?
What are you, a mind reader?
Nope. But I got brothers, too. I can understand how you'd try and save them from the rope if you could.
Well, I'll be.
I agree with the judge.
Well, I don't agree with you, Judge, and I won't.
Quiet, both of you. I'll handle this in my own way. Well, Ben, what's the charge this time?
I guess we better let the new man speak his piece. He's the one that arrested me.
All right, son.
His brother Bill killed Sheriff Whitney. Ben helped him get away. That makes him accessory to the murder.
Bill did this, not Ben. Why didn't you organize a posse and go after Bill?
That'd be kind of stupid, sir.
Oh, it would.
Yes, sir. You just put Ben in jail where he belongs, and Bill's bound to come back and try to spring him. When he does, I'll arrest him, and you can hang him.
Oh, now I ask you, Judge.
Is that legal?
No, it'll lower the dignity of this court.
Your dignity? Mr. Earp arrested Thompson at the risk of his life.
Order. I know how you feel, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Beebe, what do you say about this?
Well, I think Ben ought to be fined for disturbing the peace, and that's all.
Well, Ben, you agree to take your crowd out of town right away?
Sure do.
All right. $25 fine, $3 costs.
Do I get my guns back, Judge?
Yep. Sheriff, what's your name? Return Mr. Thompson's guns to him. Court's adjourned.
Well, I didn't know you were in cahoots with the judge.
Don't put him on till you get out of town.
Of course not. Promised the judge, didn't I? Come on, we're riding.
Just a cheap hunk of tin. Mr. Whitney didn't die for much, did he? I know how you feel, but I sure wish you'd give us another chance. No, thanks. Mr. Earp, we're going to get a new judge at the next election and some good officers to help keep order. My job's hunting buffalo. I don't get quite $25 a head for them, but then again, I don't have to bury them. Good day, gentlemen.
I'll learn you not to call Ben Thompson, Yella.
I can handle him, Mr. Earp.
Get up again and I'll hurt you. You're under arrest. Who is it?
Marshal Crawford.
Thought you were still hiding. You won't be so brave when Judge Osborne gets through with you. And then this fellow Herb knocked Pete Logan unconscious with the barrel of a .45.
That's a lie. He did it with his fist.
Order. That means you keep your mouth shut. Well, Mr. Earp, who's stupid now?
You are, sir.
That's just what I wanted to hear. I fine you $50 for felonious assault. And I sentence you to 30 days in jail for contempt of this court.
That's the law for you. Mr. Earp ran your friends out of town single-handed, so you got
Shut up! You get 15 days in jail.
For what?
Vagrancy. Lock him up.
So they call this justice. He started bragging that Ben Thompson had left several gunslingers in town to take care of you. So I asked him why Ben didn't stay himself. Now, is that vagrancy, Mr. Earp?
Nope.
Well, just what is vagrancy?
Well, if you're playing poker and you win, you're a sporting man. But if you lose, you're a vagrant.
So you're in jail for being honest, and I'm here for being poor. Now, what kind of law is that?
Just the Ellsworth brand. Oh, but it could have been a lot worse.
How?
Well, they could have caught you drawn to an inside straight.
What is it now, Miller? I'm in a hurry.
Just a little story I'm telegraphing to the Capitol. The governor might like it for his paper. I thought you might like to look it over.
No law west of Newton. No God west of Dodge. Well, that means Ellsworth. Are you aiming to get me in trouble with the governor? I don't think you've got the nerve.
Until today, I don't think I did have.
Shyster judge. The law in Ellsworth is a farce. Why, that's libelous.
No, that's blackmail.
Well, what is it you want?
Wyatt Earp and young Masterson. What's wrong, Mr. Earp? Marshal Crawford and the judge sure left in an awful hurry by the back door.
They were scared of you.
The judge and the Thompson brothers can't afford to have us run it over them. Logan told Bat here that there was somebody gunning for me. And here it comes. Get away from me, both of you. Go on.
You in a hurry to leave town, Mr. Earp?
Nope.
Ben says we've had enough of you. So does Judge Osborne.
What do you think?
Get out. I want you to drink. Oh.
Get Ben to teach you to shoot with both hands. Come on, Bat, help me pick him up.
Yes, sir.
I guess I better wear that star before the judge can throw me in jail for disturbing the peace.
Primest gunfight I ever saw. Thompson caught his gun sight in the holster. Pierce heard his aim and got off a wild shot. But what happened to Bashar?
Well, he was left-handed. Go on, men, take him to jail.
Much as I hate losing good customers, Mr. Earp, it'll be a pleasure having you around.
Can you imagine that? The odds were 3-1 against you, Mr. Earp.
Well, let's forget about gunfighting odds, Mr. Masterson. But I've noticed that you give very little thought to the odds in poker. Now, do you realize that the odds against your drawing a straight flush are 65,000 to 1? And in drawing to one pair, the odds against your improving that hand are 360 to 1. Oh, it's a risky business, poker.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
Hey, Earp! Wyatt Earp! Come and get me. Bring your deputies and all of Dodge City. Shooting from ambush and trying to starve me out won't work. You'll have to come and get me, and I ain't gonna be taken alive. What's the matter, Earp? You yellow?
Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien, presented by... Wyatt Earp has often been charged by his enemies with hating cowhands and bearing a grudge against them. Historians of the frontier have refuted this accusation, but it was a serious matter to Marshal Earp in the Dodge City of 1876. Hundreds of cowhands made the town what R.M. Wright, a local diarist, called the cowboy capital. Marshal Earp and a handful of deputies had a tough job, keeping the peace in Dodge City. This meant daily clashes with cowhands, determined to celebrate their brief vacations from the hard work, the perils, and the loneliness of cattle ranges.
You're taking my last dollar and I can't get a job. Sure, I'll get out of town, but I'll take some of you with me. Fellow law, I'll be waiting for him at the Santa Fe station.
Wyatt, fool cowhand broke loose in front of the Long Branch Cafe, wounded 2 men.
Yeah? Where is he now?
He's holed up in the Santa Fe warehouse. I guess we're going to have to blow him out, Marshal.
Maybe, but wait a minute.
What do you know about that warehouse? Oh, Wyatt, he's just a punk kid. A couple of shots will blow him out.
Maybe not, Hal. You say he wounded 2 men?
He fired his gun at a sidewalk crowd, wounded 2 people, Mr. Todd and Mr. Chalmers. He didn't even know him.
Did you get his name?
Yeah. Milburn. Thad Milburn, somebody said. Why, do you know him?
Milburn? Well, that's an alias Billy the Kid uses.
No, he's older than Billy the Kid.
Come on, Pete, this might be serious. Anyway, you're not going to blast him out with any shotgun.
That warehouse has a heavy door. The rest of it's double timber.
All right, we'll starve him out or use dynamite. Milburn's on a real rampage. I'm afraid...
Al, I'm afraid, too. Now, you and Pete go on down there and try and talk him out. If you won't come, just watch the door. Anyway, get behind some cover, but don't shoot.
Well, what's the idea, Wyatt?
Well, I want to arrest Milburn, not kill him. Well, maybe he's off balance. Maybe he had a reason for what he did. Anyway, I just want you to go down there and watch him until I get there.
Yes, sir. Those cowhands hate us enough without using buckshot on a fool kid.
Hey, Marshal. Hey, did you get that fella?
No, not yet.
Stole a horse and run out of town, huh?
No, he's holed up down at the Santa Fe warehouse. What do you know about him?
Well, not much. In fact, nothing at all. You see,
Well,
go on. Anything will help.
Well, last night, this cowhand turns up at my barn, and his horse was on his last leg. All right, I'm coming. How you want?
I don't like to disturb you, mister, but my horse is kind of sick, and
I ain't no regular horse doctor.
Oh, he don't need nothing but a good night's rest in a warm stall.
Well, might have ganders or something. Don't look like it's nothing contagious. Maybe I ought to drench him with turpentine.
Well, are you sure that'll help him?
Well, I ain't making no promises. All I know is he's ailing, and a turpentine drench might bring him out of it.
Well, all right.
That'll be $1 for his board and $2 for doctoring him. In advance.
I'll be back in about an hour. Put him in a stall, but hold off on that doctoring. What's the best gambling place in this town?
Oh, around on Front Street, Long Branch Saloon.
We'll get well, Tony, the both of us. You just take it easy.
That's all I know, or care. Say, why ain't you down to Santa Fe arresting that rascal? Shot 2 men, didn't he?
Oh, my deputies are watching Melbourne. And you say that you think he went down to the Long Branch after he left here last night, huh?
Well, I ain't swearing to it.
Well, I'll go down and check Mr. Beeson, the Long Branch. Thanks.
Hey, Milburn! We're deputy marshals. Come out of there, you ain't got a chance.
Come and get me!
I'd like to have a few words with you, Mr. Beeson.
Why, sure, Wyatt.
That young Milburn, was he playing fair on here last night?
That wild cowhand? Yeah, he was.
What happened?
Just about what you'd expect, Wyatt. Lost $40 or $50, all he had. Then, like most cowhands that lose all their money.
You down from the bottom. Let me see that box. You took my last dime. I'm out of a job. All right. I don't want any trouble.
You get out of my place, cowhand, and you stay out.
All I want is my gun.
Throw it out the door. Now get out. Just a stinking cowman, Marshal. Ain't you got him in jail?
No, not yet. Your dealer cheat him?
Cheat him? Certainly not. You know, you would have said being a friend of Jim Kelly.
What's Jim Kelly got to do with it?
Just this, Marshal. That kid left here, he went right down the street to Jim Kelly's place. Now, if he got cheated or bad liquor, that's where he got it.
Well, I don't think so, but I'll ask Mr. Kelly.
Go devil and come St. Patrick. A cowhand with guns running wild, and you ask questions about what happened last night. Is Milburn a cousin of yours?
You know, he might be my kid brother.
You poked fun at me from a soft heart.
Now, look, Mr. Kelly, there's no other way of getting Milburn out of that place except to dynamite it and maybe kill him. Now, you say he pawned his gun with you, and then he won about $110.
That's right.
Where'd he go from here?
Well, let's see. I got it. He said he was looking for a job. Somebody mentioned that Tex Davis was at the Dodge Hotel.
Excuse me, Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, Jack?
Hal sent word that Milburn is threatening to come out and make a fight of it with him and Pete. Hal wants to know what you want to do.
Tell them to wing the kid if they have to. I'll be down there in a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Well, if you want him just winged, you better do it yourself. Pete and Hal won't take chances. They'll kill him.
No. Not against orders, they won't. Now, I'm going to go try and find Mr. Tex Davis.
He's right over there.
You know, I don't know who to put in jail. Thad Milburn or Dodge City.
Lord save all here. Wyatt's losing his mind.
Howdy, Mr. Davis.
Well, howdy, Wyatt. Here, draw up a chair. Have something to drink. Bartender, hey!
Nothing for me, thanks.
Oh, not even a glass of milk?
I just wanted to ask you a question, sir.
Oh, well, fire away, son. Fire away.
Did a young fella by the name of Thad Milburn ask you for a job last night?
Oh, blasted. Now you spoiled my drink.
How's that?
Milburn, ornery little son of a mule. I tell you, Wyatt, I should have shot him. I just should have shot him dead. He came walking up to me and my lady friend on the porch.
Excuse me, sir. Are you Mr. Tex Davis?
Right, son. That's my name.
I wanted to know if you could use another hand.
Oh, yeah? Where you from?
Montana.
What outfit?
Mr. Granville Stewart's.
Oh, yeah. I sure heard about him. Why'd you quit?
Well, it was personal reasons, sir.
Personal reasons?
I didn't commit any crime, Mr. Davis.
Now, look, son, what makes you think you could ride with a Texas outfit? Look at him. Spindle-shanked young pup from the north where his belly's blue and his back is yellow. Stand aside, Yank.
Not very good manners.
Oh. You aiming to teach me?
It might help to pretend that you're a gentleman.
Oh, no, Colonel. Please.
Let go my arm!
Don't. He's drunk.
Yeah, I should have shot him. But I turned on my heel and I left them both flat. And it served that girl right. You got that crazy kid in jail?
Oh, you're also of the opinion that I should put him in jail, huh, Mr.
Well,
Davis?
of course I am. Of course I am. The idea of him thinking he can ride with a Texas outfit. Why, sir, in Montana, do you know that they're putting up fences? They're looping the range with fences?
That's very sad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Davis.
Oh, that's very sad.
Get your guns cocked, Johnny Law. Here I come.
Did we hit him? Huh? Did we hit him any? No, shooting trying to wing a man is harder than trying to kill him. Tell Hank to get the dynamite. We're gonna need it ready when Wyatt gets here. Right.
Questions about Thad Milburn.
Well, all right. Did you shoot him? Is this for the coroner's inquest?
No, he's still alive.
In jail? You tell me, and I'll tell you, Mr. Earp. Otherwise, no conversation.
That's fair enough. Now, what I'm trying to find out is why Milburn would shoot into a crowd of innocent bystanders this morning. Does that make sense to you?
Sure. One of the most sensible things I ever saw a cowhand do was what Milburn did.
Why do you say that?
Thad wasn't treated very good in this town, Mr. Earp. I suppose you talked to Mr. Kelly, Mr. Beeson, and Colonel Davis. A mean cowhand would have killed Davis. Thad had every right to shoot him. Colonel was so drunk he could hardly stand up, much less hit the side of a barn with a Derringer pistol.
All right. I've traced Milburn to the point where he met you on the Dodge Hotel porch. What happened after that?
You gonna quote me around? Get me in trouble?
No. But Milburn's holed up at the Santa Fe warehouse. He's threatened to shoot it out with my deputies. I gotta know the truth about him and know it quick.
All right. You get the truth. Last night, on the porch.
Yeah.
Don't be a fool, Cowhand. We got a real tough marshal.
Yeah. Wyatt Earp. What were you doing out with that old man anyway?
I figured him for $100, maybe two. But you kind of spoiled it.
Are you hard up, broke?
Never mind. Get on your way. The colonel might come back.
Well, he's sore at you the same as me. I'll walk along with you wherever you're going.
No, thanks.
Well, I gotta go to the livery stable and look after my horse. You sure you'll be all right, miss?
Just look after your horse.
Tony's kind of sick, or I wouldn't go rushing off.
Wait. Did you leave him at Ruger's or Brown's?
Well, Ruger's.
Uh-oh. I'll walk along with you if you don't mind.
I'd be right pleased, ma'am. This town's kind of lonesome. I guess he's closed and gone home.
No, there's a light on in here.
Maybe he's had to doctor him. I asked him to hold off on the doctor until I got back.
Wait, Dad. Give me your gun.
Huh?
Just give it to me.
Well, what did you do that for?
I know old man Ruger. Mr. Ruger!
There! What do you want? Eh? Oh, you should have come back sooner. I couldn't do nothing for that horse.
Where is he?
He's in there. Where'd you pick him up?
Same place you did, Dodge City.
Oh, I tried to be friendly and decent.
In a pig's eye you did.
I asked you not to doctor him.
Well, sure, but the poor critter went into a fit. I dosed him with heart pills. It's all I could do. But he was too far gone.
Where's my saddle?
Well, I'm holding it.
Why?
It'll cost me $10 to bury that horse. Have you got it?
You know what I think, mister? I think you killed Tony, and now you're trying to hold me up for burying him.
I don't care what you think. $10 cash, or I keep the saddle.
You horse-killing thief.
Stop it, Dad. You haven't got a chance. You're a cowhand. Let go of him.
I'm burying myself the first thing at sunup, and he better be just like he is. You try to skin that horse to sell his hide, I'll kill you.
Come on, Dad.
Is that the last time you saw Melbourne?
What do you take me for? Or him? Came back here and had a drink.
Oh, I see.
No, you don't see. Thad slept on the floor. He had nightmares. Mostly about being lost in a blizzard up north. Montana.
All right.
It ain't all right. None of it. He's a decent, simple kid. Had to quit riding herd up there because he almost froze to death once. The doctor told him to move south. All he wanted in this town was fair treatment and a chance to do the only thing he ever worked at. Being a cowhand.
Did you give him fair treatment, Miss Ginger?
No.
Come on. Where's the money you won at Mr. Kelly's place?
I earned it, didn't I? He would have killed Davis and Ruger.
Come on. What time did he leave her?
I don't know. I guess around sunup to bury his horse.
Hal, where's Mr. Earp?
Well, I don't know. Ain't he been down here yet?
No, we ain't got time to stall around any longer.
He started snapping at everybody. Train will be in at 4 o'clock. He might even go shooting up the train.
Well, we'll rig the fuse to the dynamite.
Oh, howdy, Marshal.
Well, you told me the truth.
Hey, who are you pushing around?
You!
No, no.
Now, wasn't Melbourne here this morning come sunup?
Yes, he come here at sunup to bury that horse.
What happened?
Well, I'd already skinned the horse.
How come he didn't skin you?
I didn't let him see me. I hid up in the loft.
Too bad.
Well, he owed me money. And he's a thief besides. My Winchester and all my cartridges are missing from the office. You're a fine city marshal, you are. Rousting an honest citizen around while that no-good cowhand's on the loose ready to shoot up the town.
Well, it's a wonder he didn't shoot up the town. Commencing with you. Is this his saddle?
Yeah.
Well, you just keep it for him, you understand?
Yeah.
Wyatt! Wyatt, have you lost your good senses entirely?
No, but I almost lost my temper.
Well, never
This horse
mind
killing
about
old-
him. You know what your deputies are fixing to do? They're going to blow up that kid with dynamite.
No, they won't. They got their orders.
Orders, is it? Well, you'd better get over to the Santa Fe and enforce them.
Well, I found out all I need to know about Mr. Milburn. Here, lend me your hat and coat, will you?
What?
Just take off the coat. Milburn's never seen me. I want to look like a cattleman.
Why?
Don't ask so many questions, Mr. Kelly. I'm going into the Secret Service.
We'll keep him busy here. You sneak around back and plant the dynamite. Dig it in good so the whole place will blow.
Well, maybe we ought to wait a minute. Wyatt gave us strict orders.
I'll take the blame. We haven't got time. The train will be here in about 5 minutes. Go on. Hey, Milburn. We waited long enough. Come on out or get blown out.
You can't bluff me, Johnny Law.
It ain't no bluff, kid. We got 20 sticks of dynamite planted in the back.
I think you're a liar, but I'm coming out as coal in here. Maybe you can warm me up.
Hold it! Hey, you in there. Hey, Callahan.
What do you want?
Well, I'd like to have a few words with you. And you, Johnny Laws, you hold your fire. I'm looking for a good cowhand.
Hank! Hank, hold your fire. Don't let anything.
Sonny, you in there, you be kind of easy on that trigger. I'm looking for a hand, but I don't aim to get myself killed trying to hire none.
This better not be a trick, mister.
Well, it ain't no trick. Just open up the door.
Close the door. How come those deputies listen to you? They claim they got this place mined with dynamite.
Well, you know, I wouldn't put it past them. You know, it's just no end to the dirty tricks that Dodge City play on a cowhand.
Who told you so much?
Well, I'm kind of an old...
Stand back.
I'm kind of an old settler in these parts. I've been here about 4 months now.
Settler? Thought you said you were a cattleman. Who are you? What's your name?
Wyatt Earp.
It is a trick. Turn around. No guns. I don't get it. You must have sense enough to know I can hold you as a hostage.
You sure can, Mr. Milburn. But after what Mr. Beeson, Davis, Ruger, and that girl did to you, I couldn't blame you a bit if you shot me in the back.
Turn around, Mr. Earp. How do you know what's happened to me in this town?
Well, I kind of made it my business to find out.
Why would you go to all that trouble for me? I'm nothing but a cowhand.
You know, you look all right, but you better have the doc see that leg.
Maybe I'm stupid, but I sure don't understand any of this.
Well, Mr. Milburn, I'm of the opinion that a cowhand is a human being. I'm kind of fond of my own horse, too. I could have busted Mr. Ruger's head after I saw what he did to your Tony.
Thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot it. I Got the money that Ginger owed you for.
I still don't trust you, Mr. Earp. You're going out of here in front of me.
That'd be a good idea. You ready to go? Well, you better bring that Winchester. It might come in handy.
Now, Mr. Milburn, I told Ruger to give you back your saddle. Buy yourself a horse and ride out of town.
Sure, have a posse after me?
No posse.
What's the catch?
You wounded 2 men under extreme provocation. But if you stand trial, I promise to get you off on a suspended sentence. Now, if you don't believe that, you can take it on the run.
Do like the marshal says, Cowhand. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be living now.
I had the match lit, kid.
All right, Mr. Earp. I stand trial.
I'll take him over to Doc McCarty's.
Marshal, you know, you committed a mighty serious crime.
Oh, how's that?
That coat, that hat. You've been impersonating a Texan.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
One of the high spots of Wyatt Earp's career as Marshal of Wichita, Kansas, was his conflict with Shanghai Pierce. Abel H. Pierce was a New England ship owner turned Texas cattle baron. In 1875, Pierce was probably the richest and most influential, and certainly the most vivid character in all the Western country. Shortly before he tangled with Wyatt Earp, old Shanghai was guest of honor at a remarkable ceremony.
Go ahead, take it off. Yeah, boys, that's me. Shanghai Pierce to the line. $10,000 that cost me. I'm handsomer, naturally. Not another man in the South that have nerve enough to put a statue up to his own self. Hundreds of them think they deserve it, but they're waiting on the judgment of posterity. Me, I say let posterity go hang. A.H. Pierce, standing there in bronze on his own ranch. Cover me up, boys. The official ceremony takes place when the cattle drive to Kansas is over.
Oh, Mr. Pierce. Please, sir.
What's them things, Davy?
Telegrams congratulating you.
I forgot my glasses. Here, you read them.
Dear Mr. Pierce, I know of no living Texan more worthy of a statue than you are. Kindest regards, R.B. Hubbard, Governor.
Hooray! Hubbard gets my support next time.
Dear Shanghai, I think it's wonderful about the statue. William Buffalo Bill Brooks, Marshal of Dodge City.
Good old Bill.
And here's one from Luke Short, Marshal of Abilene. There isn't a man of my acquaintance more deserving of a statue.
Hey, who's that one from?
Oh, Wyatt Earp, the new Marshal of Wichita. But listen to what Wild Bill Hickok wires you from...
Herb, well, we're heading for Wichita. What did you say?
Well, friends of yours here have asked me to comment on the statue you have erected. I suppose they want a tribute to your character from me. I am informed that last season you and your men raised more trouble in Wichita than any 5 outfits from other ranches. This is to warn you in a friendly way that we expect better behavior from you this season. W. Earp, Marshal. Don't worry about Earp, Mr. Pierce. We'll take care of him.
We'll take care of Earp.
Don't worry
You
about
bet
him.
we'll take care of him.
No, boys, no. That ain't the way I'm going to handle Herb. I'm going to handle him just like I did Hickok and Buffalo Bill.
Buy him off, Mr. Pierce?
Key wrecked. Never met a man yet that didn't have his price. Tie that cover down tight on my statue, boys. Then get on your horses and head my cattle north. We're on our way to Wichita. Hooray!
Oh, good morning, Mr. Murdoch.
Oh, hi. Why all the iron?
Oh, we're preparing a reception committee for Shanghai Pierce. We're saying howdy with lead this year.
Oh, no. Just got a telegram from Shanghai.
Yeah?
He promises to be a good boy. I'll have a talk with Mr. Earp. You fellas take it easy.
Okay.
Howdy.
I hear you're planning a reception.
Yeah. Got guns stashed at places along Douglas Avenue and down Main Street. I'm going to take Mr. Pierce as soon as he shows in town.
Oh, now, Wyatt. Read this. Shanghai says, no trouble.
Oh? What changed his mind?
The statue, I think. Man puts up a statue to himself. He must be anxious about his reputation. I've given him a big spread here on page 1. No matter what you think of him, there's nobody else like him.
Yeah.
Now, Shanghai's not a bad character. Generous, fabulously wealthy. I think you'll like him, Wyatt.
Well, whatever you say goes, Mr. Murdoch. If Mr. Pierce wants to behave himself, well, that's wonderful.
Shanghai Pierce outfit is this town's biggest customer. He has at least 300 cowhands on his payroll, and at least that many more pickup drivers. He's throwing a big party when he hits town tonight.
Sounds like a big operator.
From here to Shanghai, China. That's his brag. He made a fortune in the China clipper trade before he left Boston.
Excuse me. Expressman left this barrel, Mr. Earp. Said it was a present for you.
A present?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's have a look. Can't be bribe money.
Compliments to Mr. Shanghai Pierce.
Oh, champagne. Imported.
Well, thank you, Mr. Pierce.
Yeah, there must be a whole dozen here.
Well, there's 2 cases at least.
Yeah.
How's this for a peace offering?
It's right handsome. I hate to look a gift horse in the mouth, but what'll I do with it?
Wyatt, don't you even drink champagne?
It's too bubbly. Makes my nose itch. I give it to Mayor Hope.
And Mr. Murdoch?
All right.
Thanks. This doesn't mean any more to Shanghai than if another man were to offer you a cigar.
Well, perfume. Boy from the Wichita Hotel sent it over.
Well, this must be my day. It's from a woman that says she's in serious trouble and would like police protection. Know anybody by the name of Alice Kennedy?
Do I? Alice Kennedy's an actress. The loveliest one that ever played Wichita.
Oh? You better go down and talk to her.
No,
Yes,
hold
sir.
her. Miss Kennedy's too an important actress to our theater out here. She doesn't write mash notes, not even to the handsome Marshal Earp. You better go see her yourself.
All right, but there's something odd about that. There's no theatrical company playing here in town. Why would an important actress be here?
Well, will you go and find out? Maybe it's a story.
I'll let you know. I just know you're going to take good care of that champagne. I still think Shanghai Pierce is up to some kind of a trick.
Oh, yes, there's over 2 cases there.
Yeah, howdy, Mr. Saunders. I understand you got a Miss Kennedy here.
Yeah, she's waiting for you in the ladies' parlor, Mr. Earp.
Thank you.
Mr. Earp?
Yes. I got your note, Miss Kennedy. What kind of trouble are you in?
Well, I don't need police protection. That was just a fib to get you here. But I am in trouble, and I hope you'll allow me to explain a rather odd situation.
Well, I have the normal amount of curiosity.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
You're much different from what I expected.
So are you.
Oh? How's that?
Well, you're quite a lady.
Oh. But what I've agreed to do isn't at all ladylike. Well, I don't know how to put this delicately. Mr. Earp, will you escort me to a party tonight?
Shanghai Pierce's party?
Yes.
How do you rope you into that?
My show stranded in St. Louis. He gave me $5,000. It bailed us all out.
That was kind of him.
It really was. Oh, there weren't any strings attached to the gift. I haven't even met him. He sent the money to my hotel, and when we all went down to thank him, he had left town.
You just happened to be here in Wichita?
No. No, I was in St. Louis at the Planters Hotel. He sent me a letter with $1,000.
And what are you supposed to do for that?
Come here to Wichita, invite you to the party, and that's all. I know it sounds silly.
Yes, it does. But I believe you, Miss Kennedy. You know, you don't have to be beholden to a man like Mr. Pierce.
Well, you see, Mr. Earp, I have a good play in manuscript, and I haven't any money. Mr. Pierce said he might lend it to me or back the play himself.
Well, that's very honest, Miss Kennedy. You didn't have to tell me the truth. You know, any man would be right proud to take you to that party tonight. No questions asked.
Then you'll take me?
I'm just a city marshal here of Wichita, and that just isn't reason enough for Mr. Pierce to be playing up to me the way he has.
Well, he's a man of generous whims. Maybe it's just his way of trying to make friends with you. I took the trouble of inquiring about Wyatt Earp. I think Mr. Pierce wants to brag to his friends that he knows you and that you're a friend of his.
Well, aren't you worried about what other plans he might have?
Other plans?
For you?
Oh, I'm not afraid of Mr. Pierce.
You should be. He's got a lot of rough men behind him. Men that'll do anything he says. He's rich enough that he thinks he can buy his way out of any trouble, including trouble with the law. Oh, I think you ought to be afraid of him.
Well, what can I do? I'm here. I've made the gamble.
Miss Kennedy. It's all right. We'll go to Shanghai's party.
Thank you, Mr. Earp. Now I'm scared again. What will Mr. Pierce expect of me?
Well, I think he probably expects you to have me tied to your chariot wheels by this time.
Oh. Well, would you pretend a little?
You know, I've been thinking about it.
Oh, this will be a good one tonight. Come on, everybody, sit down, sit down. Maylene, take the ladies' hands. Now, eat up, drink up. You don't see it, ask for it. Your money's no good tonight. This party's on A.H. Pierce. From here to Shanghai, that's me. I'm more full of wind than a Yankee Clipper sail. And I got a copper bottom that's dragged 1,000 miles over the Chisholm Trail, but I ain't never sprung a leak yet. Oh, excuse me. Well, well, sweet Alice Benbow, the pride and the toast of the Mississippi.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Pierce. Mr. Wyatt Earp, Mr. Shanghai Pierce.
Howdy, Mr. Pierce.
Why, you're just a young sprout. Well, isn't that one for the history books? You sending me a sassy telegram.
I didn't mean to make it sassy, sir.
Oh, forget it, son. I like a young man with grit and gumption. Shake, no hard feelings. Hey, you've got a grip like a longhorn's bite. He never tried to squeeze you, did he, Miss Alice?
Oh, no.
And a gentleman, too, huh? Well, son, a man who don't recognize and respect a lady ain't no man at all. Miss Alice, you and I better consult about that theater business while I'm still sober. Excuse us, son. I won't keep her long. You know, I'm young enough to take a dare, but I'm much too old to make good on it. Folks, I want you to meet the star of the showboats, Miss Alice Kennedy, and my good friend, Wyatt Earp. Now, entertain him, everybody. We'll see you in a minute. Miss Alice. It's mighty good of you to come so far, Miss Alice. But I was betting you wouldn't stand up old Shanghai.
Of course not, Mr. Pierce.
Sit down.
Thank you.
I bet you're wondering why I go to so much bother about young Earp.
Well, yes, I have, a little.
He's in my way. I come up here from Texas, I want to see Wichita wide open like it used to be. I hope I ain't shocked you.
Oh, no, not at all, Mr. Pierce.
Well, that's a big relief. Because when you read about Shanghai in history, I don't want you believing all them mean little things they'll put in them books.
Well, you've been very kind to me.
I'm trying to be kind to that boy. I sent him some champagne. I arranged for him to meet you.
No good. I don't think that wine and women are his weakness.
You sure?
Oh, he'd make love to me, but he wouldn't do what I told him. Why, he's as strong-willed as you. Have you ever done what a woman told you?
I sure never did. And now there's got to be some way to get to Earp without just killing him.
Mr. Pierce, I like that man.
What's the answer?
Well, this, maybe. I know he likes card games. Oh, I feel pretty rotten telling you this, but the clerk at my hotel told me he's the best man in an honest game of poker he's ever seen.
That's it. Gambling can be a worser passion than wine or women. You are worth your weight in gold. But I may still need you, so you stay friends with her.
Well, I will, if you promise me that you won't.
You got a better guarantee than that. I bragged to my boys that I'd bring Earp into camp. Of course, if his price means a shooting match, well, but it won't be. Gambling.
I don't really understand, Mr. Pierce. Usually when a man sets out to buy the law, he's a little more cunning about it.
Rich men like him don't bother to be subtle. Do you have a price, Mr. Earp?
Well, I don't know. I've never really thought about it till today.
I hope your prize isn't a shooting match. Is that your prize?
Hey there, you two. Is that being good guests at my party?
I'm sorry, sir. We were just sitting...
No, forget it, son. It's time for a poker game. You play?
Yes, sir, I do, but I don't think it would be too exciting for Miss Alice.
Oh, that's all right. I had a rough trip from St. Louis, and if you don't mind, I'll be excused.
I'll walk you back to your hotel. You gentlemen go ahead with the poker game. I'll join you shortly.
Take your time, son. Just take your time.
I had a lovely evening, and thank you for inviting me, Mr. Pierce.
Pleasure's all mine, Miss Alice. Don't forget you're dining with me tomorrow, about 1 o'clock.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. Good night.
Good night. I'll see you later, Wyatt. Yes.
You've made it a very nice evening.
Well, thank you, Miss Alice. You're mighty fine company to be with. Say, do you happen to know whether Shanghai plays an honest game of poker?
With all his money, why should he cheat?
I'd sure like to give him a beating.
Is that gambler's fever, or is it just that you don't like him?
I'd just like to win enough for you so you wouldn't have to depend on him.
You're very sweet. But I'm not in this for money now.
Oh? Well, then why do you stay here? And why do you have to meet with him tomorrow?
Because I'm scared of something. Be careful, Wyatt.
I'm betting you 50, son.
I'll see that and raise you 50.
I fold. How about an extra 100 in the showdown?
That's not the game, Shanghai. We agreed on a 100 limit on any one pot.
All right. Lay him down.
Pleasure.
Full house.
Running kind of low.
Don't you be worried about him, Brother Parkins. His IOUs are just as good as gold with me.
Well, thanks, but I'm not quite cleaned out yet.
You stand up good to a run of bad luck, son. Ante up.
That's your deal. I just can't seem to do any good.
That's a good-sized pot.
Oh, that's it for me.
Oh, you ain't quitting, son.
Just till the bank opens, Mr. Pierce. Get enough to pay off these IOUs and pick up a stake to have another go at it.
Ah, what's money, son? Stay here with me. I enjoy your company.
It's daylight. I've had enough. How about you? We'll catch a nap for a little breakfast, Shanghai. Then we'll be back to give Wyatt a chance to get healthy.
I never saw a string of cards played better, son.
Well, thank you, but I hope my luck will change. At least it's better. I'll see you after breakfast.
Now, wait a minute. Sit up. You know, son, I was aiming to persuade you that this town should be open wide again. Now I realize you wouldn't do that.
I couldn't keep my job. The mayor would just fire me and get himself another marshal.
All right. Then forget this two-bit job. Throw in with me.
Doing what?
I bought this place. The whole shebang.
You what?
I bought this place last night, and I need a partner. And I'll sell you a half interest, and you can pay me out of the profits. You like card games, son? You'd keep 'em honest.
It's mighty tempting, Mr. Pierce.
All right, then I'll just sign my name.
Well, hold on a second.
Huh?
Well, sir, I may be kind of stupid, but I just don't get all of this. First you send me that champagne, and then Miss Alice, and now you offer me a half interest in this place. Why? It just can't be that important to you whether or not Wichita is run wide open. You're only here 3 weeks out of the full season. Even if you did get me to quit my job, Mayor Hope and Mr. Murdoch are committed to a decent policy. You don't buy all of Wichita when you buy me. It just doesn't make sense.
Now, you have a price, sir. Every man has a price.
Well, Mr. Pierce, don't tell me that you went to all that trouble and rigmarole just to prove that every man can be bought and has his price.
Correct.
Sir, I don't believe that. You got too much sense and ability.
I came here to buy you. I bragged to my boys. And don't you be thinking that if you quit this job, Hope and Murdoch would be able to get a marshal as good as you. I would have been able to handle the average John Law. Son, I've offered you an interest in a good gambling place. I guess I'm getting stupid and stingy in my old age. And I'm kind of a lonesome maverick, too.
Well, you got a lot of friends, Mr. Pierce.
Friends? Sure. But I need a partner. All right, son. I'm asking you to throw in with me on the whole shebang, from here to Shanghai. It's worth a fortune, and I'll give you a partnership.
Well, that's right handsome, Mr. Pierce. I always did like the cattle business.
Then it's a deal?
No, sir.
Son, you don't understand. I'm offering... I got no one else, no family. Are you deaf? I'm giving you a half interest in the whole shebang. I'm all alone.
That's I don't think we'd get along, sir.
Oh, son, now I
Sir,
thought
it's still
you...
a price. That's a good price, and I thank you, but I couldn't throw in with you or anybody else with a price tag on me. Good day, Mr. Pierce.
Why, you young fool! You ungrateful! Shanghai! Shanghai! Where's my boys? Shanghai! Shanghai! Shanghai!
Wake up, boss!
Hello! Bring me my gun, and all of you get your guns. We're gonna hoorah this town! I'll show that young squirt.
Wyatt,
Miss Alice.
What is it? What's all the noise about?
I had a little disagreement with Mr. Pierce. Thinks he's going to shoot up the town, so I guess I'm going to have to throw him in jail till he cools off a bit.
Oh, are they coming after you?
Sounds like it. Miss Alice, I got just about enough money in the bank for you to pay off Shanghai and produce your own play. I wish you'd take it.
Thank you. No. I'll pay him back. The show can wait. Besides, I'd still owe you.
Yeah, well, the difference in owing me is that I wouldn't put any price tags on you. Now, don't worry.
Wyatt, don't go.
You stay here.
I'm Shanghai Pierce, and I'm not taking any more of your insults, Herb. You can't hide all day, and I'm going to sit right here till you come out.
Sorry to have to do that, Mr. Pierce.
Hold it! Don't fire, you'll hit Shanghai.
Well, you men stand back. We're heading for jail.
We ain't putting up with this, Shanghai. Oh, shut up. I can handle this. It's a good thing I like you, son. Everybody's going to jail. Come on. Nobody can lick Shanghai Pierce, boy. Whenever he makes up his mind to do something, he does it.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. Shanghai never takes no for an answer.
Yes, sir.
Is that your jail?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a poor excuse for a jail. I'll come up here one of these days and build you one you'll be proud of.
We'd like that, sir.
Well, it'll be a pleasure.
Well, it's too bad, but I couldn't put a price tag on him.
Price tag? I don't understand, Miss Alice.
Well, it's a long story, but the end of it is he'll never be the husband of an actress.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The greatest factor in Wyatt Earp's career as a Western Marshal was his intelligence. He could shoot quick, but he could think faster. Earp was a rough and ready psychologist who studied his adversaries while other frontier marshals had no idea but to shoot them down. Unfortunately, the gunfighters, cowboys, and outlaws of Wichita in 1875 seldom appreciated Marshal Earp's intellectual methods. And his friends warned him that it was much safer to shoot first and think afterwards. In the case of young Turner Ashby, it looked as if they were right.
Hold on there, Farrell. We're supposed to be partners, aren't we?
Yes?
Then where's that money you won on that cold deck job?
What do you mean?
Young Turner Ashby. You dealt him out of at least $300-400.
My own personal gain. I banked it. I pocket the money.
Oh, no, you don't. We split 50-50 on the whole take.
That's what you think.
That's what I say. Come across, Farrell.
Sure.
Come across, Farrell. But not to your partner there. I'm the one you cheated. This will cover what I lost. If it's more than enough, I'll mail you the difference.
That settles our argument.
But it doesn't settle the way you've been cheating me. You out there, come on, open that door, somebody. What is it? What happened in there?
Better go in there and find out.
What happened? Ashby just shot Farrell Gillum. Get Marshal Earp. Farrell Gillum, my partner's been shot.
I know, Gus told us.
Right in here, Marshal. Clear case of murder, Wyatt. Turner Ashby held us up, and before Gillum could reach a gun, he was shot in the back.
Sure it was Turner Ashby?
I'm sure it was. He lost some money to Gillum and came here to get it back. Then he jumped on a horse and beat it out of town. You want to catch him, you better be quick about it before he reaches that wild bushwhacker country.
He was shot in the back, all right. It's an odd-looking wound.
How's that?
We'd better talk about it in the office, Wyatt. The inquest will be held tomorrow, gentlemen.
I'll have somebody pick him up. Keep everybody out of here.
Now, you see why I didn't want to talk about it over at Denver Jones's office?
It sure is a mighty odd-looking wound. Bullet must have entered the flesh sideways.
Yep, sideways. Did you ever notice anything like that before, Wyatt?
No, but I heard about it. Ashby must have been using an old gun with a worn-out barrel. See, if the grooves in the barrel are rusted or worn smooth, it tips the bullet off center, makes it wobble, instead of traveling nose first.
That's it. The case is solved.
It is.
Uh-huh. Now all you have to do is catch Ashby and test fire his gun.
Thanks. Catching Ashby is just a minor problem, huh?
What's so tough about that, Wyatt?
I heard Jones say he'd gone to the bushwhacker country. Last time I went into that mess of rocks and brush, it was after Bill Thompson.
Well, now, you caught him, didn't you?
No. His brother Ben caught him for me. If it hadn't worked out that way, I might still be chasing Bill.
Say, you do look worried, Wyatt.
Well, I knew the Thompsons, but I don't know Ashby. The trouble about hunting a man that you don't know is that he might be dead before you get acquainted. Well, he had a pretty good head start on me. I better be going.
Why don't you come back dead? I got enough troubles as it is.
Did you get that information on Turner Ashby?
Yeah, Wyatt. This is about all I could get. He's about 29 years of age, owns a small cow farm on the edge of Bushwhacker. He says he's lived in that section all his life. He's pretty hot-tempered and he's right-handy with guns.
That's all, huh?
Yep.
Well, I got a telegram from the colonel over at Fort Dodge. Said he was sending my Indian friend, Mr. Cousin, to help me. I'm to meet him at the North Trace going in the Bushwhacker come sunup.
Mr. Cousin, you mean just you and the Indian?
That's right.
Well, aren't you going to take any of us deputies along?
No. Take along the bunt line, though. Well, you just stay here in Wichita and keep everything nice and quiet. The only reason I'm taking along Mr. Cousin is because he's the best tracker that I know of.
Well, Wyatt, why don't you take me along? That's pretty bad country. You could get ambushed. Ashby's already shot one man in the back.
Your wife wants you to stay alive.
Well, how are you going to get word to us if you need help?
Well, Mr. Cousin will send up a smoke signal. Come on, give me a hand, will you?
Right.
I'll be honest with you, Ollie. The only reason I'm going in after Ashby is because it's just too dull and tame here in Wichita.
The bushwhacker country is lonely and silent as a tune. It's an evil place for a man to face, and many have met their doom. Oh, the bushwhacker country is deadly as a tune.
Morning, Mr. Cousin.
I tell myself, he will say something like that.
Who tied you up?
Mr. Turner Ashby. He said, make sure tell you his name.
He also tell you that he was wanted for murder?
He did not do it, he say.
How do you know you were to meet me here?
He knows you have Indian friends. He had gun on me. Quick.
Wonder why I didn't kill you.
He's kind man.
Kind. Shot a man in the back.
Well, then, he kind to me only.
How much of a head start has he got on us?
Oh, couple hour. He take all Whitecap trail.
Let's get one thing straight, Mr. Cousin. Ashby's wanted for murder. He won't be kind a second time. Now, come on, let's get him.
Whatever you say, it's always true, Mr. Earp.
Your feet are asleep. Come on.
The bushwhacker country is bad land, a law unto its own, where the gunman rides and the outlaw hides among its caves of stone. For the bushwhacker country is law unto its own. Those men who tried its riddle to crack were brave and fearless men, but each one died with a bullet in his back and never was seen again. For the bushwhacker country is deadly as a
Horse lame. Very lame.
Bad enough to stop him?
I think so.
Where's he have to hold up?
Cave. Near Hill Street.
All right. Let's circle around those trees and rocks.
His horse.
Probably in the cave.
Ashby! Come on out of there, Ashby.
Go away, Earp. I don't want to hurt you.
You come on out here and try it.
You come in and get me.
I'm not that stupid. I can wait out here as long as you can wait in there. Why waste time?
I got plenty of time.
Is that the only entrance to the cave?
Just that opening.
You sure?
Only one opening, Mr. Earp.
Ashby, I want to talk to you about that killing. Ashby!
It's too great a range even for the bunt line. At least he knows we mean business.
I'm big fool.
That's my fault, Mr. Cousin.
But I see only one opening.
I did worse. I underestimated Ashby. I should have known he wouldn't go in there without having another way out.
That bad man, he steal my horse.
We'll get him. Come on, get up here with me. Come on. Hold on.
He stopped to help Doggy out of water hole. Think about this man. First, he's kind to me. He does not shoot me. Then he steal my horse. Now he's kind to Doggy.
Well, never mind about that. Ashby's headed towards his home place. Can't run forever. Come on.
Come on.
My horse!
Come on, get off. Ashby still might be there. You circle around back. I'll give you time to get there.
Ashby ride his own horse into brush.
Leaving me a note.
Nice letter.
Listen. Wyatt Earp, dear sir. You and your Indian friend go back to Wichita. I have plenty of good food, cartridges. If you stay in bushwhack, I'll have to kill you. Turner Ashby. Kind and thoughtful of him, huh?
Man, give me back my horse.
Sure. He shot at you, too.
Bullet go high, though.
Go on, finish it. You think I ought to let Turner go, huh?
He let us go, Mr. Earp. He could kill us 3, 4 times. From cave, from rock, from brush, from this house.
Just wanted to let us get farther into bushwhacking.
Maybe.
You can stay here if you want. I'm going to go after him.
Wait, my friend. This man know bushwhacker country more than me. You think we hunt him? We go after him, he be hunting us.
All right, then. You stay here.
Fresh dirt. Man, dismount here.
Can't you read, Earp? I told you what had happened.
Go ahead and shoot, Ashby. Just your kind of target.
You hit?
No. I think I break leg.
You're right. Now, hold on now. It's going to hurt.
No, please. Ashby, catch us.
Got to rest.
Take it easy.
Watch. All right. Ashby was shooting awful close. You reckon he missed us on purpose?
I think he wants us to live.
I wonder why.
I do not know. He's part good and part bad man. He do not kill us, but he steal my horse, make me break leg. But next time he see us, I do not know.
Come on. You take a nap. I'll keep a lookout. Hello, Ashby.
Don't move.
If I wanted to move, I'd have shot you as you came around that boulder. That gun looks almost new.
Yeah, it is.
What'd you do with your old one?
I traded it in 3 months ago. Why are you so interested?
Well, Gillum was shot with an old gun. It was so old it tipped the bullet sideways.
I told your Indian I didn't kill him.
Then why'd you run?
I held up Gillum for the money he cheated me out of. I heard Jones yelling that I shot him. Man doesn't like to hang for something he didn't do.
I'm inclined to believe you.
That's nice of you.
You could have shot us in the back, but you didn't.
What are you getting at?
Why don't you come to Wichita? I'll find the man who shot Gillum. You'll be cleared.
I don't trust you or any John Law.
All right, suit yourself. One thing you ought to think about.
Such as what?
I'm going to take my friend here to Doc Fabrique and get his leg set. Then I'll be coming back. I'll hunt you day and night until I find you.
Earp, I came here to tell you something. In Bushwhacker, I do the hunting. Come alone or bring a posse. I won't be so kind-hearted next time. Front, back, or sideways, you'll get it.
That man talked bad.
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Cousin. The man's going to kill you doesn't waste a lot of time talking about it. I think I know him now.
Ashby afraid to kill?
No. Your first hunch was right. He's got a hot temper but a warm heart.
You know him, but he know you?
Well, let's hope so. Well, let's point him north. We still got to find the real killer. You sure that leg is set good and straight?
Huh? You want to take over the operation?
No, but I promised Mr. Cousin that he wouldn't limp.
All you gotta do is find the fellow who shot Pharaoh Gillum. Leave the doctoring to me.
Let the killer stew a while. You see your watch. 4:30. Gives me till 1 a.m. to take a nap. You tell Mr. Cousin that I got a room for him over at the hotel when he wakes up.
What about my fee? It'll be $10.
See how good a job you did first. Mr. Cousin limps, you're going to pay the fee. 1 scalp.
If I don't get my fee, you'll be limping.
Let's have a nightcap, boss. Take it easy. That Ashby fellow's on his way to Texas by now.
Herb should have caught him. Our great marshal can't even arrest a crazy cow farmer.
Sure, but that's tough going down on a bushwhacker. Well, they tell me that Marshal Earp's been...
Don't make excuses for Wyatt Earp.
Sure.
You sleep upstairs tonight. Everything's locked up.
All right. Good night, boss. Don't worry about it.
Come on. Open the door, I'll break it down.
Nice old gun you got here, Mr. Jones. Come on.
Marshal Earp, you say you can produce some exhibits in your case against the prisoner here?
That's right, Your Honor. Ollie? This first exhibit, Your Honor, is the hind quarter of beef. The second exhibit is that door, which was taken from the rear of Denver Jones's saloon. The third exhibit is this old gun, which I took from Denver Jones last night when he fired at me through that door.
Dr. Fabricius testified that Pharaoh Gillum was killed with a gun that turned the bullet sideways. Now, that door is so badly splintered that I can't tell which way the bullets were traveling.
With the court's permission. Would you get down here, sir? A bullet spinning properly makes a round hole in flesh. As you can see, this one wobbled and entered sideways.
Yes, but I don't see...
That still don't prove I had the gun on the night Pharaoh was shot. I tell you, Turner Ashby killed him. If he was innocent, why did he run away? How do you answer that, Marshal Earp?
The prisoner has a good point there. Your failure to apprehend the other suspect in the case leaves the court in doubt.
Turner Ashby will come back, Your Honor.
What assurance have you of that?
Well, sir, I hunted him and he hunted me. We got to know each other. I'd appreciate having a little more time.
You've made a good point, and the prisoner's made a good point. I'd like a little time to consider this myself. This case will be resumed Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Court's adjourned.
You were almost too late. I hear you arrested Denver Jones. For a John Law, that was pretty smart. For a man on the run, it's always pretty smart to stop running. I asked for a postponement, but now we won't need one. Come on.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
In 1875, while Wyatt Earp was Marshal of Wichita, many Indian tribes like the Comanches, the Apaches, and the Sioux had refused to make peace with the United States government. This warfare was to reach its climax a year later when the Sioux and their allies massacred General George Custer and his men in the Battle of the Little Bighorn. But for many months prior to this tragedy, renegades were selling contraband rifles to the unpacified tribes.
You Marshal Earp?
Yes, sir.
Captain Benteen, 7th Cavalry.
What can I do for you, sir?
Well, here's a message from 2 Indian friends of yours. The Indian carrying it was wounded. Our patrol found him.
It's for Mr. Brother and Mr. Cousin. Sit down.
Thank you.
They've been very good friends.
We feel the same way about them, Mr. Earp. We've used them as scouts. Now they've been nabbed by the Hoss Daggett gang, if we've read the message right.
The Daggetts operate in Oklahoma territory, don't they? Wasn't the Army doing something about this?
We've signed peace treaties with the Cheyennes, the Pawnees, and the Osage. Washington doesn't want us to go into Oklahoma territory with troops. The Indians would resent it.
But it's all right for me to go in there, huh?
Well, that's why I'm here. The general wants to deputize you as a United States Marshal. Now, you'll need a good posse. The Daggetts never have less than 50 guns in their outfit. Now, this is merely an official request, not an order, Mr. Earp. Of course, if you feel that you lack the experience...
Captain, when you have friends that are in trouble, you try and help them. I was just wondering why Daggett grabbed him.
Well, we don't know, except that it must be big medicine. Hoss Daggett isn't holding the brother of Yellow Hand and the cousin of Many Battles without a very serious reason.
Well, Hoss is liable to get himself scalped.
Well, I'm glad you realize this isn't any 10-teepee affair, Mr. Earp. Your friends may have extremely valuable information. Also, we can't have Yellow Hand and Many Battles on the warpath. But, as I said, if you feel that a man with more experience...
No, I'll go. You got the paper deputizing?
Right here. The government will pay for your posse and all necessary expenses.
Good. I'll go tonight.
That soon? Well, the general's usually right. He says that when 2 smart Indians appeal to a white man for help, they usually pick the best one they know. Good luck, Mr. Earp.
Thank you, Captain.
Just a minute. Bring that back.
Oh, come on, Doc. Get out of the way, will you? These are heavy.
I know it's heavy. It's valuable, too. Set it down there, Wyatt. I want to talk to you.
Oh, now, come on. We've been through this before.
Yeah, I know. You're a pretty fast talker, Wyatt. I must say, the more I think about your idea, the less I like it.
What's going on, Doc? Moving?
Moving, he says. No, but I might as well be moving. I let this crazy man talk me out of $850 of good, fresh medicines.
Oh, sounds like a story here.
It's nothing for publication. It's a government job. I'm taking this medicine into the Oklahoma territory.
He's not only committing suicide, he admits it.
Come on, let's hear it.
All right, Mr. Brother and Mr. Cousin are in trouble.
Who?
Well, they're 2 Indian friends of mine, and they got themselves nabbed by the Hoss Daggett gang.
Well, why all the medicine?
Well, I'm going to go in there disguised as a patent medicine doctor. It's the only way I can get into the Daggett camp.
Pretty risky to try and save 2 Indians.
I not only lose my medicine, but I also lose my good and former friend Wyatt Earp.
Oh, don't give me that stuff. You know this hogwash isn't worth a cent, and you know it. All the drug houses send them free samples.
Only 5% of free samples. Besides, who's going to believe you're a doctor?
You know, you look terrible.
I feel terrible. Well, stop that. That's the way he hypnotized me into agreeing to do this thing in the first place.
Don't move, friend. This is your lucky day. Yes, sir, come in a little closer. Now, this is your lucky day, sir, because I am going to give you absolutely free 1 large-size bottle of Dr. Livermore's kidney remedy. Oh, now, don't thank me, sir. No, sir. After all, I always say, what's money compared to a happy kidney? Oh, if I can save you, sir, what's the rest of it?
If I can save you, I will not have passed this way in vain.
Oh, yeah, if I can save you, I would have not have passed this way in vain.
That's good, Wyatt.
It would be very funny if it weren't so tragic. I've written columns about the Daggets, Wyatt. They're real bad people.
That's right. You tell him.
If you must go, take a posse.
Oh, no posse.
What did those Indians ever do to justify your risking your life?
Well, they tracked Bill and Ben Thompson in the bushwhacker country near Ellsworth, for me. They risked their lives.
I can hire Indians to track anybody anywhere for $5.
I ain't going to let you do it, Wyatt.
Well, there's nothing you can do to stop me. Well, sir, I've been deputized as United States Marshal, and I have the authority to seize any supplies that I deem necessary for the performance of my duty.
So you're going to beat me down with words again, huh?
Well, look, why don't you just consider it as a loan? If I have to sell any of that stuff to make it look legitimate, well, you'll be getting all the proceeds. That is, of course, providing that, as you say, that medicine is harmless.
What? Why, I'll take a dose out of each and every one of these bottles. It's 90% grain alcohol. Get me a spoon.
Never mind, I take your word for it. What's in the other 10%?
Calomel and quinine. It won't cure anybody, but it won't kill them either.
Come on, let's get on with our loading. You want to help, Mr. Murdoch? Wouldn't dare say no.
Be careful of the way you handle that one. It's full of laudanum.
Full of what?
Laudanum. It's a sleeping potion. Drop that and the whole county will go to sleep.
Well, that's good to know. Hey, how do I distinguish it?
You distinguish it by the white line on the outside of the box. And on the inside, the bottles are labeled Dr. Poster's Insomnia Remedy.
Well, I can't leave that one behind.
You ain't leaving anything behind.
Brother still feel bad?
Yes. Stomach.
Why don't he try some of the whiskey?
Too sick. Mr. Daggett, you let me go for a doctor.
Oh, I've already sent for one. It's a long trip. First you get the misery's cousin, and now brother. You know, a suspicious man who wasn't your friend might think you were fooling.
No. True.
Time's awful short. You're holding up a big deal on them rifles. Anything wrong with the deal, cousin?
You say, go north. Talk to Sitting Bull. Tell Sitting Bull you have many rifles.
Good rifles. Winchesters.
But Sitting Bull, friend with my cousin, many battles. He is friend with his brother, Yellowhead. But Sitting Bull, not your friend, Mr. Daggett.
We've been over all that before. I never cheated Sitting Bull. If he bought cheap trade guns that blew up, he didn't buy them from me.
Sioux people angry. You cheat them, I pay. He pay.
I told you the rifles are good.
You show me rifles, Mr. Daggett.
You calling me a liar?
No. I asked to see rifles 2, 3 days now, I ask.
How do I know you'll go through with your part of the deal? You might tell the soldiers.
We are too. Long way from our people. You have many fighter. We don't want to die.
All right. I'll show you the rifles.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Ain't you Doc Sybil?
Old friend, name's Dr. Turner, but I'd be very happy to help all of you.
You carry Madam Porter's female tincture?
Madam Porter's tincture?
Yeah.
No, I got the elixir, but not the tincture. Oh. Your wife in a dilapidated condition?
No wife, Doc.
Oh.
Let me see the elixir.
You want to see the elixir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, friend. I got everything here you need. You got to open the boxes, though. I got to keep them clothes banging around there in the road a little bit there.
Sure.
Let's see here. Ah, here we are, first try. Got a lot of boxes there. I think you'll like it.
This is strong as a tincture?
Oh, it's much more powerful. Yes, sir, friend. That's 90% pure grain alcohol.
Well, give her a taste.
It'll cost you 50 cents, Fred.
In advance?
Oh, I'm not running a charity here. No, sir, friend.
Well, it better be good.
Yeah, thank you.
That's fine.
I knew you'd like it.
I'll try one.
I'd be very happy. I've got more in advance, man. Oh, I got a lot in advance, man. Oh, anyway, I've been thinking of heading in the Oklahoma territory. I understand they got, well, quite a spell of the collar morbus in the nation.
Yep. Got to spell the Daggets, too.
The Daggets, what's that?
Old man Horse Daggett and his crowd.
They sound like outlaws.
I'm a great respecter of you traveling doctors. That's why I'm warning you. Stay wide of the Daggets.
Well, where do they hang out?
Over in the drag-out section, just over the line. You ought to go straight to Wewoka on the Cherokee Trail.
I sure will, friend. I'm not looking for any trouble. And I sure do thank you for warning me. Well, I guess I better be getting on.
hold up. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Turner. I'm selling medicines.
Just a patent medicine peddler.
So he says. Better take him in for horse to look at.
That's a nice team of horses he's driving.
Yeah.
You better be what you claim to be, Doc. Old man Daggett don't like to be lied to. Come on, get him going.
I hope you get real sick. Go on, help yourself.
Hey, cut it out. This one's mine.
Oh, no, we met for first pick. Turn loose of that horse.
Returned if I will. Next time, I'll put one through your skull. Now water them horses good and tie them up. They're mine.
What do you call yourself? I'm Dr. Turner.
Daggett's the name. Horse Daggett. Ain't you got no better sense than to drive that dry gulch after dark?
No, I guess not.
Well, it's not bad stuff, Doc.
Quit that! You might be drinking poison, you fools. Go on, clear out of here. We're not as bad as we're made out.
Well, that's real nice to know.
You're a real doctor, and you just strayed in here by mistake, you can have your team back. And I'll make the boys pay for the medicine they took.
Sounds fair enough.
Why, sure. I gotta be awful careful, Doc. See, I'm kind of like your patients. I hanker to keep on living.
I can't say I blame you for that.
Speaking of patients, I've got a sick friend on my hands. He's got miseries in his stomach.
Maybe I can help him.
Of course, you can't never tell about Injuns. Fella might be faking.
Your friend Indian? Sorry, that lets me out.
How's that?
Don't like Indians, I won't treat them.
Yeah? Well, you're gonna like this one. And you're gonna doctor him. I do a lot of business with Injuns, Doc. Get up. My friend's in the shack. He's got a pal with him. You're paying a call, Doc.
I'll pay it. I'm not gonna like it.
What's wrong with him?
Cholera morbus, I think. Can't be appendix. Stomach's not rigid. I better go get some medicines.
You sure he ain't just putting on?
Look, like I told you, I don't like Indians, but this one's sick.
How sick?
Well, I don't know. What do you expect, a complete prognosis in 2 minutes?
Take it easy, Doc. I just want for brother to get well. We've got a deal pending on it.
Well, I don't care nothing about your deal, but if you want this man back up on his feet, you're going to have to do like I tell you.
Sure, Doc. Sure.
Now, just let me get my medicines.
Guard, sleep. All sleep except men on outposts.
Good. Now, Mr. Brother, not really sick, huh?
Ne.
Si, Simmons. Not because Psicalpi.
He says he knew our friend Mr. Earp would come. He's happy.
Sicapi?
Sicalpi.
Sicalpi.
Sister you, it's gone Dagat Waganasi.
He wants to know when we kill Daggett. Get away from here.
Well, you tell him I haven't worked out a plan yet. But he should still play sick, but not so sick. And that when Daggett comes, he should stand up but not be able to walk. You understand?
Ate bialto baka haitso Daggett piano.
Piano. Mosicalpi stisma nama.
He wants to know where your gun at.
You tell him I got him hid in the wagon. And you also tell him we can't shoot our way out of here. There are too many men. We'll have to use some kind of trick.
Nagalim Bacaldo. Legentraisen Waganasi.
Waganasi.
Waganasi. I'm going to try and get some shut-eye. I'll be back first thing come sunup. You men try and get some sleep.
Tehome.
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 Tehome. My good friends. Hey, Doc. What you doing? None of your business. You must know I'm trying to find the right drug for your Indian friend. You men sure mess things up. I don't need to get sore, Doc. How is brother? Well, he's improving. Just let me alone. I think I could get him cured in a few days. All right, Doc. I'll turn in. That's how much I trust you. You better trust me. Another 6 hours delay, and brother had been a dead Indian. Gosh, Doc. Thanks. Good night. Doc in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
Hey, he does feel better. I told you he did. Come on. Sit up. See if you can walk.
You want to, huh?
Awful weak.
But we thank you for bringing good doctor. We make deal.
Good, good. How soon will brother be able to ride a horse? Couple days.
Not soon enough. Yanehe. But we could travel north in wagon with good doctor.
You could, but you won't. Say, that's a good idea. It's no idea at all. In the first place, I don't travel with Indians. In the second place, I'm heading south, not north. You're heading where I say, Doc. Brother and cousin have important business north. Ah, don't be stupid. I'm not going to go... Shut up, Doc. Might be a lot simpler if you fellas took that wagon without him.
No. Mr. Brother too sick. May need doctor. We wait.
Oh, no. We've wasted too much time already. Doc will go with you. I'll send a couple of boys along to make him behave.
Good. We start.
Giving you a break, Doc. Brother and cousin get to where they're going, you can have your team and wagon. If you act real nice, you'll still be alive. Thanks. All right, let's get brother in the wagon.
No.
All right, fellas, get that blanket fixed. Help brother in that wagon. Come on, brother. Up you go. Up. Jack, you ride inside. Ollie, ride your horse an outside guard. Cousin, you'll drive. Doc will ride up front with you. Go on, get in the wagon. Don't worry about Doc. If he gives you any trouble, Jack will give him a good pistol whipping.
Doctor's smart man, Mr. Daggett. He knows this is the only way he stay alive.
What's the matter with you? I just want a drink. Do you mind? It's 90% alcohol. Just one. That's enough. Get him out of here. Daggett thought he got my only bottle. Well, here's the horse Daggett.
No, you don't. Give me that. Smells like good liquor.
Hey, hold it up there. Hey, Jack, give me a drink of that.
You don't want none of this. Smells better than it tastes.
I'll be the judge of that. Give me.
Come on. Give it back. You don't want to get drunk in the job. I'll tell Hoss. Give me that pot.
All right.
Come on, let's get going. We got a long way to go. Come on.
That laudanum worked.
He sleep nice.
Slow down. I want to take care of Ollie.
Stop. Gonna catch that horse.
Why you not shoot a horse? Never did nothing to me. Neither did him. Come on. Let's get him off the wagon. So, brother. Take his gun, man. All right, get him going. That's Ollie's horse.
Something's happened, men. Let's go. Come on. Why, those dirty, double-crossing red rattlers. They must have been in cahoots with that Doc all the time. Doc and the Indians! Kill him! We can't outrun them. Where can we make our fight? Up gully, we shoot from rocks. Go ahead and turn them. Get down. Doc! Doc! You and them Indians, come out with your hands up!
All right, they don't think we're going to fight. Let them work in close, and then start shooting slow and steady.
You not shoot?
No, this is going to be your fight.
We thank you.
Let them have it.
This one's mine. Bueno, let his men carry him away. I think we can go the rest of the way at a slow trot. Come on.
Captain. Brother. Cousin, you all right? We got a report of gunfire across the line. Was that you?
Yeah, we had a little run-in with the Daggett gang. They're camped in the dry gulch down their ways.
They have many rifles they plan to sell.
Sell where?
Up north, Sitting Bull.
Thank you. That's all we need to know. Good job, Marshal Earp.
Forward!
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
দরকার পড়লে একটা রিকশাওয়ালাকে বিয়ে করবো তারপর তোকে বিয়ে করতে
তুমি যদি মরো আমি তোমাকেই বিয়ে করব।
দেখো দেখো বিয়ে এত সোজা
আমার 5টা কন্ডিশন।
কয়টা?
5টা।
আমি জেডি সাফায়েত রমরাজন। স্যার এটা তো ভোটার আইডি কার্ড স্যার।
বাড়িতেই করবেন নাকি হোটেলে?
না না আপনি যেমনটা ভাবছেন বিষয়টা তা না। হ্যাঁ আপনি তো করবেন।
তোমাকে দিয়ে হবে না আমি জানতাম, শুধু শুধু সময় নষ্ট করো না।
ভাই আপনি তো অনন্ত দলিল না যে অসম্ভবকে সম্ভব করে আপনার কাজ। জিমি জিমি জিমি
কি হচ্ছে?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
আঙ্গের একদম বইরা দিমু। যাচ্ছে সব বাইর কর।
শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে
ভাই
যে বয়সে মানুষ গার্লফ্রেন্ডের কামড় খায় সেই বয়সে আপনি কুত্তার কামড় খেয়ে হাসপাতালে ভর্তি হয়েছেন।
Rồi rồi thì xin đấm đầu đấy. Chết mày. 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 Ô. Ui. Chịu. Một chết không chết. Nhưng mà con quái tí giết con chít. Quái giết con chít xong là nó chết luôn. Quái chít chảy đau đấy. Chôn tao. Bài thằng này cũng khỏe à. Thằng 229 chưa chết à? Xong rồi. Gặp cái thằng mạnh nhất rồi. Xong. Đây đi. Đâu có gì nhất rồi. Thôi bài full rồi nhà xét cơ, đâu có xét. Thảo xét. Tí ăn thằng này à. Thế quả thì mình sẽ xếp bài lệch sang một chút thì sẽ được. Sẽ xét lui sang góc. Rồi. Chọn không vậy. 700 củ anh sẽ revert phát nữa. Là còn thiếu 600 củ để revert lên 660 à. Anh không có revert lên 10 ấy. 400 vòng rồi này. Ông phải qua kỷ lục 430 quay không? 430 lap nhỉ. 119 20, 23, 24, 25, 26 27, 28, 29, 30. Kỷ lục mới. Đi record. Rồi 233. Kỷ lục mới, qua kỷ lục mới tận 3 lap. Ê, thua lại. Phải không? Ê, không thua. Không thua. Mày rồi ăn tao. Rồi có top 4 rồi. Có top 4 rồi. Mình sẽ không phải là cái thằng hậu cái D nữa. Mình cần cái gì rồi? Xẻng rồi cái này ra định mệnh. Được. Ây à, khôn thế nhờ. Một cái gì đây? Một cái nỏ xét à? Một cái nỏ xét rồi. Ai đang phụ đơn luôn thằng đéo cho thế. Mình đã trả thưởng 1 đô. Xét cây đao phép à? Cái thằng này à? Thằng này xếp bài lưu xuống đây đi. Xong. Bế xua thầy Galileo bên kia. Xếp bài láo hả? Phải bay nhanh như ngựa ấy. Phải xếp bài láo thì nó mới phù hợp. Ok, sự là phù hợp ấy. Không được, không phù hợp rồi. À, sắp đi rồi. Sao Át đứng đây chết nhỉ? Ê, thằng khỏe đấy. Đừng quăng Át nữa, làm ơn. Thua rồi. Thua. Trừ mấy? Trừ 9 à? Trừ 9, binh top 3. Đây. Thằng kia bài ấy mạnh phết. Nếu gì cái tim. Biết là khỏe. Chia anh này đi. Cả tờ nhà anh nữa 134 ạ. Kiểu như nó cho nhiều phết. 135, 36 160, 36 chuẩn. Léo ấy. Mày tích lẻ. Sắp 1 tiếng rồi. Hàng kia khởi động một mới à? Chân không? Đấu trường chân ái. Để sự kiện 100 lap à? Tôi vượt qua kỷ lục chúng ta. Sẽ cần phải qua kỷ lục ấy. 600 triệu coin thì đi vớt tiếp. Đéo bật auto đi vớt được. Đéo thì cũng tiền. Bay chọn ông thầy ơi. Uống nước này. 200 lap. Chọn chưa? Ok, không nhận gì được. Thì ai?
আপনি কিন্তু দেখতে যথেষ্ট সুন্দরী একজন মানুষ। দেখতে বেশ রোমান্টিক, যেন শেক্সপিয়ারের
নাটকের কোনো নায়িকার মতো। ভেবেছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনি তো পুরোটাই মর্মান্তিক। যে কোনো মানুষ আপনাকে দেখে মর্মাহত হতে পারে।
এইখানে গাড়ি থামা। আমার হালকা হতে 1 মাস সময় লেগেছে।
আপনার 1 মাস সময় লাগে? আমার হালকা হতে তো 1 মিনিট লাগে।
আমার কাছে মনে হয় জীবনসঙ্গী এমন হওয়া উচিত যার সাথে আপনি প্রতিটা মুহূর্ত উপভোগ করতে পারবেন, সারাক্ষণ খুনসুটিতে মেতে থাকতে পারবেন এবং তার মনে এমনভাবে বসবাস করবেন যে আপনার দিকে সে একটাবার তাকালেই বলে দিতে পারবে যে তার বেঁচে থাকার কারণই আপনি।
পথে চলতে চলতে, কথা বলতে বলতে, কখন যেন হলে আমার।
জানি গল্পে গল্পে মিশে অল্পে অল্পে আমিও হয়ে গেছি তোমার।
ছোট ছোট ভুল ফুটে হলো ফুল যে তোমাকে পেলাম।
গুটি গুটি পায়ে স্বপ্নের নাই আমি ভেসে গেলাম।
আপনি কি মনে করেছেন একজন মানুষ আমার জীবন থেকে চলে গিয়েছে এবং আপনি সেই সুযোগটা কাজে লাগিয়ে আপনার ফিলিংস গুলো আমার কাছে এক্সপ্রেস করবেন আর আমি সেটা হ্যাপিলি অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে নিব? এই হচ্ছে আপনার বন্ধুত্বের নমুনা?
রোদের পাখি তোর শহরে, আমার মনের স্বপ্ন ঘিরে। ওরে পাখি ওরে সারাক্ষণ, তোর শহরে বৃষ্টি হলে ভিজে আমার মন।
Bài cái độ buồn lên mà sự là khỏe đấy, nhưng mà thầy xây bài á chưa xây có Saza hả, có Rakan. Chọn các bạn át này binh xong là át luôn mà sao có xin ra ấy, nhưng mà anh đéo dùng rồi. Ui xét này xét đây là bài cảnh đệ đẹp đéo chịu được. Không sao thầy ơi, bay cho thầy quay đều quay. Ui con lắc rồi sao cút mày đi xong rồi có át rồi. Ngày đánh bài va vẫn xoay ra còn bài đẹp phết. Định mạnh cái xét này ui bình điết. Xét là mình sẽ thiếu là một cái cung mà cung một con Kizana hoặc là một con Nautilus để lấy cái thú tượng để cho in nào. Bắn cung không? Bắn cung lấy đồ cho át trước khi thầy. Ui rồi xong nhặt nhầm đồ. Ha ha. What the hell man. Nhặt nhầm đồ. Thế mà cũng phải lái xe. Đùa tao à? Đùa tao không vậy. Thế mà cũng một cộng một ending trồn ngủ không? Trồn thầy không? Cinderella này cút, có một cút, dấu hiểu. Nhặt ngu đấy. Ngu đấy. Rớt ở đây. Rồi xong. Sao có càng ngày đây? Thì vậy có ai mà lại có cái thằng này đây tức là à đủ bốn mà cút nè xong chịu rồi nhặt nhầm đồ lỗ tắc ngủ nó máu nhở mà xem đi thầy ơi không ai nhận được cái gì Chấp nhận không? Ở đây vòng quay may mắn, vòng quay vô cực. Anh 2 vòng à? Quay đều ra cái pet đỏ ấy đi, ra cái pet đỏ. Đi ra qua. Biết quay được vào pet omega. Chịu rồi, tí vào lừa tao. Đi qua mà trôn, lại đi qua. Trôn tố bố. Đi trôn tao, đi xin à? Đi xin chuẩn không vậy? Rồi xong, bình. Xong, thắng. Không thắng. Suýt thắng. Quả phe bắn được phết nhưng mà suýt thắng rồi. Phải bay tốc độ cao ấy. Bay tốc độ cao luôn.
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর, ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর। মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে।
আমারও মনে হয় কি জানেন, আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত।
এটা কি উপলক্ষে?
ম্যাডাম ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন, তারপরে বলতেছি।
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয় এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার।
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে ম্যাডাম তার।
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব, তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান।
রোগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায়, আপনি তো উল্টো হলো কেন? আপনি কি উল্টা?
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, যেও না বন্ধু আমার ভুলিয়া।
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে, ম্যাডাম আমার কপালে নেই, আমার কপালে আছে দাগ।
Viên Minh bao nhiêu? 5 mở, ủa 50%. 35 mở. Chịu thua em rồi. Mọi ngày giữa đêm tối. Chuẩn không? Ui, ra với bia này, độc dược à? Thôi cứ không quan trọng, vụ nổ lớn bị sẽ sẵn bài tử thần mà. Để hiểu sẽ sẵn bài chơi chạm đất trải thải cái đường đâu mà chạm chứ là thế rồi. Đang xuống rồi, đang vòng xuống rồi, đang vòng xuống. Đang số thì binh sinh linh không? 3 2 1 perfect một lần này. Đấy phải kiếm 15 lần perfect không? 100 lần perfect là ăn 6 triệu. Nhờ 7 triệu. Mình cần 50 thôi, đã được 5 củ rồi. 7 củ là bình thường. Chuẩn rồi. Đấy á, đón thêm một nhịp là bình rồi. Đây chỉnh. Ok, không được. Kiếm mà cổ không mất áo luôn à? Nếu còn gì phải lấy găng tay đây để thay. Rồi 1 2 lần, thế là 30% à? Xem bao nhiêu nhá? 30% bình cũng gần 5 củ ấy, 40 củ à? 2 lần được 10 củ rồi. Thì ảo điếc. Let's go. Một chiếc binh chi linh không vậy bạn. 7 lap à? Gậy 456 triệu coin để rebirth tiếp à? Sợ khó đấy. Anh cần 50 củ này phải chừng. Ui 40 củ tròn. Kiếm tiền thực sự điêu ấy. Một lần perfect này. Một lần perfect. Thầy lái.
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে। তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও। তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই করে শোধ করবা।
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো? শহরে কিন্তু দুইটা রূপ, রাতের এক রূপ, দিনের আর এক।
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বনে।
আরে ব্রো, সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে, কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না।
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে, একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয়া। কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খুঁজে। বসুন।
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত, তাই না? আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে। তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ? কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো? কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে না।
পাশাপাশি তবু যাচ্ছি বিপরীতে, কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে।
হাই, ইউ লুক গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Chuẩn không? Đừng ngốc mà chuẩn không? Đâu hả? Ui, Listen 2, Way 2. Quỷ nhở? Ơi, quỷ đấy, khỏe đấy. Chịu ơi, xin đắt 2. Bay này quỷ quá. Ui dồi ôi, Andy 2 full đồ, Listen 2 full đồ, Way 2 full đồ. Thua. Để đánh được. Còn sao tao muốn quỷ đấy. Đâu, khác rồi các bạn bên thế đi không lại được anh rồi vì em nói như thế có chia sẻ bài kéo tung ra mà chia sẻ bài chuẩn không? Mình cần là 1 tiếng 11 phút. Nhiều xì à? Đi xin tăng tầm đánh đồ cái đồ Awan nghe sự cho đi xin là đúng đấy. Sao không đéo đánh đi xin? Có xin ra để bắn đi xin này. Chốt nào? Rồi bắn ạ. Đéo bắn này. Xin ra để bắn đi xin này. Chốt nào? Xin ra để bắn đi xin ạ. Phút bắn trên. Thôi đi rồi. Nice top 3. Này ở đây. 6 tuổi 8 33k. 25 phút hết hay không? Cháu nói bao nhiêu hết 5 phút hết. Hết an ninh vậy rất dễ kiếm nhá. Cằn đấy. 8 tuổi. Thưa tôi đi bớt một lần nữa là thực sự là hết thực sự là hết cương rồi đấy. Quyết nhau bây giờ 1,7 cam cương sự cạn kiệt rồi, cạn kiệt kinh tế. Có đủ tiền đấy, mua kiếm xì xì đấy, đủ tiền không? 100k được, mấy chục quay cả quay kiểu như anh đâu đủ tiền mà mấy quân pet đấy chứ nhức đầu. Vì cho sự im lặng mở cho sự mềm mở về công nghĩa lặp lại từ nào chuẩn không kiếm cái farm không ấy cho anh ca kéo đủ tiền làm gì đấy 300 phát chém ạ, mà chém được 10 à, kinh hết. Ai đó nuôi nó nghe tôi nhắc em đi nên lập để em nó chẳng nhớ xem đầu check cái lucky yêu mắt em mắt em không làm mày học tiếp hay chỉ cần đi thi thôi. Em sinh ngày sinh tật em chọn con hiệu linh vật phương mai 10 1 12 3 ngày 20 tiếng ngày 7 tiếng xong rồi. Ủa rồi anh làm đi sao phải chuẩn bị 9 F1 video 2 ngày 9 7 4 nó có blog review xem video hướng dẫn blog 1 2 ok như nào anh hiểu không này Quang cả lại chỉ đầm bí cái học rồi bye bye. Chơi thì mất được phần tiền này cũng mất visa Lucky Block Minecraft phiên bản Roblox. Đi tù chắc là tại chết tao report thì nó cũng bè máu hơn để chết tao report một lần mà để chết tao report cái bia tích chứ tao phải làm mà để chết tao report cái đấy sai đấy tao bị đấy không gọi được à gạt nhân đạo tôi gọi cho anh đúng không gọi cho anh không là lãi ạ. Và lâu à. Chơi nữa. Chơi. Chơi nữa. Tao bắn được cùng mà. Tao bạc một. Tao bạc một mà. Vũ dùng đi khác thì Vũ bắn nữa. Có à, vào luôn. Tao vào xong vậy, tao vào xong này, vào xong. Mà Dạo qua nghe cái như gay. Nghe đi hay thế. Broccoli. À. Đây chạy chứ sơ đi. Bạn vẫn đi nhưng vẫn thích MC Play được chưa? Mình chỉ linh luôn đi chứ. I try à? Có remake không? Có rotate không? Có rotate không Vũ? Rotate không vậy? Chồng thất nghiệp đang bán ảnh nhạy cảm của vợ để kiếm tiền. Hay, nice. Ôi, không được rồi. Không cần nữa nhở? Không cần 2 lần nữa. Từ một phần này. Đó. Cả ta. Không ấn tượng gì à? Toxic được cái toxic điên vì toxic như Vũ. toxic như Vũ của những năm cấp 3 cấp 2 cấp không toxic đâu à? Mày thích chơi game vui vẻ không? Cường toxic em, cường toxic. Rồi quỷ hơn Quang ạ, giờ biết anh ở với Cường mà. Rồi